Woodford County football on the Yellowjackets Sports Network, brought to you in part by Woodford County Public Schools, Jack Kane Ford, UK Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, Carroll Floor Covering, Falling Springs Rec Center, Ricardo's, Dairy Queen, Collision Masters of Lexington, Lexington Clinic, Woodford Family Physicians, Kentucky Gym, Dough Daddies, the Warsh House, Little Mozart Piano Academy, and by Family Wealth Group. So good evening and welcome to tonight's broadcast of Woodford County Public Schools on the Yellowjackets Sports Network. Woodford County going to play host to the Warhawks of Great Crossing. Woodford County coming in 2-0 on the season after victories over Fairdale and last week here at home against Harvest Prep Academy out of Canal, Winchester, Ohio, 31-18. Great Crossing losing their first two games of the year. They lost in the opener to Franklin County, then also lost last week to their county rival, the Cardinals of Scott County. Woodford County coming in as the number 3 ranked team in 5A. Scott County's Cardinals are number 1, followed by Bowling Green. Those two teams play each other tonight in Georgetown. As you see there, I missed that game. Scott County plays Bowling Green tonight. Bowling Green is 0-2 on the season. Scott County's 2-0. Danville will be in Lawrenceburg tonight to take on Anderson County. Anderson County 1-1 on the season instead of the 2-0 there. Danville 2-0 under first-year head coach Steve Stonebreaker. It's the Battle of Oldham when South Oldham travels to Prospect to take on North Oldham. Both teams are 2-0 on the season. And a game that will be of interest to Woodford County. It's the inter-county rivalry down in Shelbyville when Martha Lane Collins plays host to Shelby County. Titans are 2-0, Shelby County at 0-2. And then, of course, you see Woodford County and Great Crossing. Those are the games of interest in the district that we would have here. A beautiful night for football here in Versailles. Woodford County going to be dressed in all black with their white helmets. Great Crossing in all white from head to toe. So Woodford County's gone back into the locker room after their senior night festivities. We've also got Hall of Fame induction ceremonies tonight here at Communtiy Stadium when Woodford County inducts the 2025 Hall of Fame class here tonight at halftime. We will bring you those induction ceremonies. I can tell you of 3 that I know of. One is the late Happy Chandler going to be inducted tonight, along with Gary Fennell. And another one coming in, I just totally went blank. I saw him and I totally went blank just now. So we'll get those ceremonies. Oh, Jerome Givens, that's the other one. Jerome Givens of basketball. He's Woodford County High School's all-time boys leading scorer. So those 3 I know, and I know there's others that will be inducted. We'll get those a little bit later. So it's Woodford County and Great Crossing tonight here in Versailles. Should be an outstanding football game. We're just going to have to see if Woodford can do one thing, and that is cut down on penalties. They gave a life to Harvest Prep last week just by continuing to get penalties. They just have to understand that they have that the KHAA is going to come down on taunting, unsportsmanlike conduct. So they're going to really have to check themselves and just play the game and not get themselves into a situation where they are allowing teams a chance to come back because of the unsportsmanlike conduct. So they kicked off 3 times from their own 25-yard line, and that's against good teams is just not going to get it done. It's Woodford County and Great Crossings here tonight from Versailles. We'll be back in just a moment and get you ready for the kickoff of Yellowjacket football on the Yellowjacket Sports Network. Woodford County Public Schools continues to invest in their students by giving them the tools to have a lifetime of success through Portrait Learner, which is a set of 5 competencies to help them reach those successes. These competencies are a resilient learner, an empathetic communicator, a reflective collaborator, a responsible contributor, and a creative problem solver. WCPS believes strongly in the importance and significance that the Portrait of a Learner will play in the education of its students and is eager to embrace and implement this program as Woodford County Public Schools continues to be a place where kids win. Also by Jack Keane Ford. There are many things that set Jack Keane Ford apart from other dealerships, like the no hassle, no pressure environment when you go shopping. The friendly sales staff makes sure you find the right vehicle for you. But above all else, Jack Keane Ford provides high-quality service, and that's what makes them one of the best dealerships in the country. So stop by today at 3405 Lexington Road or call them at 859-873-6666. Jack Keane Ford, where service isn't just lip service, it's practiced every day. And selected by the Lexington Herald Leader as the #1 domestic car dealership in Kentucky. Also, we want to tell you about Jack Keane Ford real quickly. Back after a hiatus due to the pandemic is the Drive for Your School program to benefit the Woodford County High School Athletic Department. It will take place on Friday, September the 26th. And for those of you that might remember it, Jack Keane Ford brings a bunch of brand new Ford cars and trucks to the school, and you can pick which one you want to drive for your school. Students, teachers, family, and friends who are 18 years of age or older take a 2-minute test drive in the new Ford of their choice. And that's it, except for every 2-minute test drive completed, Ford, through Jack Keane Ford, will pay the athletic department $30 each for each test drive. If we can get 200 or more, 200's the goal, 2-minute test drives at $30 each, then the athletic department will get a check for $6,000 courtesy of Ford and Jack Keane Ford. No strings attached. It's all for fun and fundraising. Save the day, Friday, September the 26th, and get out and test drive a beautiful new Ford. The school gets $30 for your time of 2 minutes. If you have any questions about this program, reach out to Jack Keane Ford. Also by Lexington Clinic Family Physicians. And if you want therapeutic care for your family, then you need to go see the folks at Woodford Family Physicians. Caring doctors, all 3 board certified and have been doctors for a long time. Dr. Hutchison, Vogelsang, and Hurt have all been in the community for a long time. They are board certified, as I mentioned. It's your family receives diagnostic, preventative, and therapeutic care that you need. And you call for an appointment or visit them on LexingtonClinic.com. Lexington Clinic, Woodford Family Physicians, the choice for your comprehensive care in Woodford County. Also by Carroll Floor Covering, and I'm going to aggravate Steve Carroll. 40-plus years. Steve told me he'd only been in business for 30. I said, Steve, it's 2025. It says you've been in business since 1980. I'm not good at math, but I do know that's 45 years of business Carroll Floor Covering is providing for Woodford County and surrounding counties. Whether it's tile, carpet, laminate, hardwood, LVP, or vinyl, Carroll has it for you in a variety of colors. And contact Carroll today for a free estimate at 859-873-6919. And one final one, UK Sports Medicine. You'll get treatment just like the Wildcats, and they can have you set up for a good look at your young man or woman. If they get injured, they can take care of you Monday through Friday from 7 to 8 a.m. No appointment necessary. You can just show up and get taken care of, And if you have any questions or wish to schedule a sports medicine appointment, call them at 859-218-3131. UK Orthopedic and Surgery and Sports Medicine, the official healthcare provider for UK athletics. So Woodford County getting ready to take the field here in just a moment. And the Yellowjackets getting ready to get set to take the field as they come out of the field house across the way. And I'm going to bring in a guy, and it makes me feel really old because I can remember when this guy was born. And his dad actually allowed me to hold his newborn son.
That was risky.
That was very risky. And he's done pretty well for himself. I ran into him covering the KHSAA state football finals for 2 years when he was at Western Kentucky as associate athletic director down there. Mm-hmm. He went flying past me on a golf cart. Hey, Coach, how you doing? I said, wait a minute, you're supposed to help us old folks get to the stadium. I had to walk a good mile. Then he went over to Eastern Kentucky in the same position as an associate athletic director. He is now the athletic director at Kentucky State University. Grant Stepp with us. Grant?
Correct. That is correct. Happy to be here. Isn't this full circle?
It's real full circle. I feel old sitting next to you is what I feel.
Listen, I feel privileged to sit next to you, so
well,
this is great.
Well, thank you. And Grant and I, like I said, go way back. I played ball for his dad at Simmons for 2 years, at the middle school for a year, as a freshman for a year. And then he left. He went to college. He went to the college ranks.
He went and did a few things once he left.
Just a few things. But, and I miss his dad. We were just talking about here in the press box a moment ago. I miss his dad about as much as I miss Matt Calvert and my two parents. I mean, that's he was like a second father to me that just didn't act like a father, but he kind of needled you.
Right.
And I tell people all the time, there was a story. I told Kelly this story in front of him, and he said, "You're lying." But it happened, and you can ask Everett Parrish, you can ask George Howard. They can remember. We played as a freshman, Shelby County, and lost to a guy named Marcus Stoner who played at Kentucky State University.
Okay.
And we lost to him, and he had a rule. When you go down the game on the bus, you're quiet. Get your mind ready for the game.
Yep.
And then if you lost, you had to be quiet on the way home.
Yep.
Well, we weren't. And he asked us, we had our practice gear in the lockers when we got back on that Saturday afternoon. We said, yes, sir. And he goes, go put it on. And he ran us the whole practice after that.
Sounds about right.
After the game. But he was a good guy, and I miss him. I miss him severely.
Well, and it means a lot whenever I come back to Woodford County games because obviously I think about that. And this being Hall of Fame weekend and having Jerome Givens, who's our family, my cousin,
your cousin,
being inducted. And the last time I was here in 21, I got to walk out and do my father's induction.
And I don't want anybody to be upset, but his mother is your dad's sister. And I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to let the cat out of the bag. I know she tries to hide that as much as possible.
It had to be said.
But I tell you what, your grandmother is just a phenomenal lady.
Yes, ma'am.
Who, by the way, in July,
correct.
Are you all ready for this? Everybody sit down. She's 99 years young.
99 years young.
And doesn't look it.
She's here today. She's over there eating, sitting courtside.
I knew she'd be over there. I was hoping she'd get here before I got up here on the air. Now I'm stuck.
Now you're stuck.
I'm not stuck. But that's okay. And, so it looks like Woodford County has won the toss. And let's see if Dennis does what he does when they normally win the toss. He gets a big, they want the ball to start the game.
There we go.
You don't see many coaches do that.
Is that his thing?
That's his thing. In a big game against a team that is really, really good. And I know Great Crossing's 0-2, but they've lost to two really good ball clubs.
Yeah.
Franklin County and Scott County are really good. He always takes the football. He says, I want my offense on the field, and let's see how your defense is going to hold. Now, the one thing I will tell our viewers out there and things is you are going to see Woodford County do something they haven't done under George Bowen as the offensive coordinator. They are going to run the football tonight a lot, I think.
Is that the emphasis?
They're going to run the ball because Great Crossing has a terrible time stopping the run.
Okay.
What does Scott County do well? They run the ball.
And they ran it on them last week.
And if they throw it, if Scott County throws it, the sky's falling. I mean, Jim McKee's not going to throw it. I think he threw it against Woodford County last year 6 times in the game.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's kind of like Oklahoma and Texas back in the day, and you're probably too young to remember this, although I'm not going to get you to tell me your age on the air because I know I'm going to faint.
I Actually, I'll turn 41 in
Oh, my
2
God.
weeks. Yes. Yes.
Oh, my gosh. You'll turn 41 when?
In 2 weeks, September 15th.
15th.
Yes, sir.
Well, guess what?
What's that?
I turned 60 2 days before that.
Are you 13?
Yeah.
Awesome. Virgos.
Yes. That may be why we get along so well.
Might be.
All right, Woodford County and Great Crossing getting ready to start here in just a moment. And we're going to – oh, we forgot the national anthem. We got so much stuff going on that we have forgotten the national anthem.
There is a lot going on.
There is a lot tonight. We did this last week, too. The Woodford County Band with our national anthem. Don't know how much you can pick up with that, but they catch me off guard because we do it always backwards here. Where this is 2 home games in 2 weeks, and we've always waited till the teams are back on and ready to line up to kick it off. Yeah, it's thrown me off. I'm not used to that, but it happens. And we do know that for Woodford County tonight, there is a guy not in uniform yet. He transferred in from Great Crossings. Jeremiah Campbell, I think is his first name, right?
Yep.
And he is not in uniform tonight. He will be, from all indications from people I've talked to, he'll be eligible next week, but that's, again, a situation. But we're going to see the Woodford County offense. I'll just give it to you the way I have it from last week. The left tackle will be Carson Bugg, 6'6", 290, and a senior. Left guard Caleb Cottles, 5'10", 265, and a senior. The little guy on the line is the right tackle, Dylan Branson, 6'3", 245, and a sophomore. Justin Perez, 6'4", 310, and a junior is the right guard. And the center is Cameron Johnson, 6'3", 260, and a sophomore. I can remember we had offensive lines. You could add 3 of our offensive linemen and would not have made up one of Justin Perez. Back in the day when I went to school at Woodford. That tells you how things have changed. But they are huge up front for Woodford County offensively. I also want to give you another quick thing for Jack Kane Ford. They got so much stuff going on out there. Bob Kane and the folks out there do wonderful jobs. Coming up in October, Saturday, October 25th, write this date down, from noon until 4, they're going to have their classic cars and trucks and bikes out there for the 2nd annual cruise in. It'll be a fall festival. It'll include clubs, open to all clubs and individuals. They'll have first 50 vehicles will get in. All cars on blacktop, grand prizes, food trucks, you name it, they'll have it out there.
That's awesome.
Tapple will kick it off, comes down at the 21-yard line. This is Wyatt Peters, has a big crease up the middle. Cuts it up back inside, goes outside 50, 45, 40, and it'll be drugged down in at the Warhawk territory at the Great Crossings 31-yard line. That is a 48-yard kickoff return to get things started.
With plays like that, receiving the ball makes your coach look like a
Makes
genius.
it look like a genius, doesn't it? And that's what Dennis will tell you. But I said, Dennis, I'm looking down there and it's 80 degrees outside and you got a hoodie and a long sleeve sweatshirt on.
That's his thing.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you're killing me. It'll be 1st and 10, Woodford County at the Warhawk 31, and they're led by junior quarterback, 6'5", 220, Fox Coons. And again, we never had quarterbacks this big either. They pitch it, running left. This is Tomlin, cuts it back inside the 30. Good block, cuts it inside the 25, down to about the 21-yard line. Looks like he got about 10. He got a great block by the wideout, Omari Joyner.
I hate to admit you're right, but it looks like there's going to be a lot of
running
today.
It'll be 2nd down and 9, or 2nd down and 1 after a gain of 9. Actually, they're going to give him short, so it'll be 2nd and inches for Woodford County at the Greyhawk. I'm going to call them Greyhawk. Warhawks. Great Crossing. And we get the pistol formation this time with Tomlin, the running back. Coons has already thrown for 601 yards in 2 games. He'll throw for the end zone and nobody there. Looked like he was looking for Rytar, number 11, and Rytar cut it off and ran. It looked like a deep crossing pattern, and Coons expecting him to go on the fly route. So it's 3rd and short. Now, the Great Crossing goes big up front, but I don't have weights for them on their defense. Evan Veach is one end. The other is Duncan Sweet. William Branham and Michael Branham are the defensive tackles. They are pretty big up front defensively as well for the Warhawks. And we get a timeout for Great Crossing early. Yeah, they saw a formation they had not seen from Woodford, and they had a defensive call they didn't like. Yeah. 2nd down and short for Woodford County. On the opening drive of the ball game, we're only 23 seconds in, and Woodford County threatening already. And in case you joined us late, I have Grant Stepp with me here tonight, and he is the Kentucky State University athletic director. Longtime friend of the family.
Yes, sir.
Longtime friend. Tells stories on his dad constantly on the air. You heard me talk about Ed Stepp. That's who I'm talking about.
I'm sure you've got a million.
The biggest one was, I remember when I first met Kelly, she asked me, well, who taught you how to chew a straw? Coach Stepp. Blame him.
He always had them in.
He did. My mother said the same thing, though, when I first came home chewing a straw.
She's a sweetheart, by the way.
She was. Yeah, it's hard to believe, 18 and a half years for her.
Rest in peace.
Yep, but she's up there, and her and your dad are probably arguing, if I know right. They give it off on the straight dive play to Tomlin. He gets the 1st down inside the 20 and barrels his way to about the 14-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Woodford County from the Warhawks' 14-yard line. Got a great kickoff return on the short kick, and now Woodford County driving. Coons has thrown 6 touchdowns to 1 interception. That interception happened last week on the screen pass that Harvest Prep took back to the house. Give it off to Tomlin, running left. He'll get down to the 9, gain of 5. Actually, it looks like they're going to give him the 8, so it's 2nd down and 6. Woodford County were really given a heavy dose. They've thrown the ball 1 time. They've run it 4 times so far here in the opening drive.
And the yards after contact look like they're going to build up, too. They've been able to push them off and bang them around a little bit.
Well, Tomlin goes 6'1", 195. Oof. He's put on about 30 pounds of muscle. Big hole, and he goes up the middle, touchdown. Behind the right guard, Justin Perez.
I don't think he was touched.
No. And you see why Justin Perez is a Division I recruit right now. I mean, he has got the likes of Alabama, Ohio State, Kentucky, U of L after him.
I tell you what, Kentucky State would take them today, though.
I know you would. 6-0 Woodford County on an impressive drive to start the game. Don't forget 41. That is Mason Wolf out of the hold. Mason Wolf, and Bonner is the holder, I believe, for Woodford County. I've got Jesse Duncan's the holder, actually. Wolf. Looked like he kicked the tee, but he got it over the upright. Got it over the crossbar. Well, we are only a minute 28 into this one, and Woodford County leads 7-0 on the Yellowjackets Sports Network. Dairy Queen, where you can get just about anything you want. But I tell you what, I'm showing my age. I remember back in the day, they used to have a thing called the Mr. Misty Float. Well, now that's no longer. It's called the Mr. Misty Freeze. But we know that now, but I'm showing my age. But nonetheless, it's always great to go to Dairy Queen, and I go to the one usually on Frankfort Street over there. It's the one that's always been there, and go see the fine folks at Dairy Queen where happy tastes good. And it does. And it doesn't matter what temperature is. I could have me a blizzard.
I hear that.
I could have a blizzard. It'll be Mason Wolf kicking off. Wolf, a freshman kicker for Woodford County, but he has got some big shoes to fill.
Yes, he does.
Logan Ford missed 2 kicks all of last year.
Oh, last year.
He was, let's see what it was. I think it was 65. No, it was 74 of 76 kicks. He missed 1 field goal, and he missed 1 extra point.
Wow.
Wolf kicks this one down to the 15-yard line. It's received, and boy, he got stood up at the 25-yard line, but whoever hit him did not wrap. That is Joel Johnson who got hammered. He returns it back to the Woodford County, or excuse me, the Great Crossing 30-yard line. I didn't see who hit him, but somebody straightened him up. It'll be 1st and 10 Warhawks from their own 30-yard line. They give it off on the jet sweep coming left, and he had a big hole, but it closed quickly, but he'll get up almost to the 40-yard line, and I think they're going to mark him at the 38, give him 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2, and that was Xavier Clay, their speedster. He's their game breaker. He's the guy that can run, and they're going to get him the football any way they can. Screens, jet sweeps that way. Now, they don't throw it a lot. They like to run it. Luke Ballard, the running back, to the left. They give it off to him. He cuts it outside, gets another nice block, breaks a tackle, and gets down in Woodford County territory at the 45-yard line. So it's 1st and 10, and got a couple of Woodford County players turning around to a couple of different officials saying, hey, I got held. DeMarcos Jones is in the backfield making that, and we have an injured Warhawk on the far side. That looks like number 74, Zach Baker, one of their offensive linemen, their senior offensive lineman. Now, what I said before, I mean, they will run the football. Great Crossing wants to run the football. They do not want to throw it. So if Woodford County can get them in long situations for downs, they're going to be much better off. But
as far as those first 2 carries, it looks like they definitely have a game plan to run the ball.
run. Ballard is a fantastic runner. He has got 341 yards rushing in 2 games. So he's averaging. That's Elijah Ward also was shaken up on the play. I did not see that. Looks like he's a little tender on that right leg. Ballard's averaging 171 yards per game.
That's solid, especially against 2 good teams.
341 for him. 341 for him. That's a lot of yardage. And he's a senior. And he's going to run behind a predominantly senior offensive line. So that's what Great Crossing wants to do. They want to run the ball and keep the ball away from Woodford County. But Woodford wants to run the ball because Great Crossing has trouble stopping the run. So it's going to be a battle of those types of offenses. Now, Woodford a few years ago could run and throw. Of course, when you got the likes of Aiden Nelson and Mackay Smith on the outside, and then you got the running back and Preston Stacy, it's just
so many options.
It was crazy. They give it off. This is Ballard. Oh, a nice cut in the hole, and he gets a 1st down inside the Woodford County 40-yard line to the 38-yard line. And Great Crossing moves the sticks. That's the one thing Woodford County has had issues with against Fairdale and against Harvest Prep last week, especially Harvest Prep. Harvest Prep didn't run the ball a great deal, but when they did, they ran well. They also played against a quarterback that was only a junior first-year starter that threw for over 300 yards, and he's got a lot of Division I offers already as well. They throw out in the flat. This is Moody. He'll make the catch and immediately knocked out of bounds. That's Jordan Holman, number 2 on the stop.
They're going to find ways to get him the ball, as you said earlier.
Yeah, that's Moody, though. That was number 4. Moody is a junior. That's Seth Moody. There is a Hunter Moody. He's a senior. He's number 3. And if Anybody ask? Yes, they're brothers. We have like 6 Johnsons on the team, and they're not all related. They fake it. They throw across the middle, caught by Clay, and he'll get close to the first down. It's going to depend on the spot from the official, and it looks like the far side official is giving him a right foot spot, so it's going to make him a few inches shy. We'll give him a yard. It'll be 3rd.
And that'll open up. The more they run the ball, you're going to have that RPO option that'll be available.
And again, they don't throw it very often. I mean, I think 12 of 24 is they got a new quarterback. That's Grant Rock. They give it off to Ballard. He's got the first down. The second effort to the 28-yard line. He was hit in the hole. It looked about the 30-yard line. Would have lost about a half a yard, but he spun off of that, kept the legs moving, and picked up the first down at the Woodford County 28-yard line. It's 1st and 10. And that's what Ballard will give you. Now back in is Penn. Nope, that's still Grant Rock, I believe. Yep, Grant Rock is still the quarterback. They give it off to Ballard, running right. Hit, but it came up and didn't wrap. He bounces off 20, 15, and gets inside the 10-yard line. No flag. I thought we might have a hold on the right tackle. But I didn't say. I think that was Jordan Holman that came up to hit him, but he hit him with the shoulder but did not wrap.
He was in position.
Yeah.
He read the play but didn't wrap.
You have to wrap up. I don't care. I mean, this will probably be one of the better running backs they play against until they get to the Scott County running back. It'll be 1st and goal from the 7 for Great Crossing. Ballard again to the 5. Nope, he gets down to the 1. He's going to be just inside the 1-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal. And I'm going to tell you right now, that defensive line is getting some penetration and hitting him, but they're not wrapping. They're putting one arm. And this guy, he's not huge. He goes about 190, 195, but he runs hard. He's averaging 170 and a half yards, but we'll run it up to 171 a game. You know he's going to be running the football, and you know he's going to run hard. It'll be 1st and goal, I formation. Ballard on the back of the eye. Rock turns, gives it off. Nope, he'll fake it. Going to the right. I tell you what, it's 3rd and goal. That, if you're Great Crossing, you tried to outsmart Woodford County, and we get a flag, and now somebody's doing a lot of pushing. Or do we have a flag?
I don't see a flag.
No, I don't see a flag. It's a loss of 3 back to the 4. They try to outthink themselves there. And that's, my mother used to tell me when I was offensive coordinator for the middle school with Coach Carr and then with David Graves, she said, keep it simple, stupid. Do not outthink yourself. 3rd and goal.
Your age with these names
I know.
too.
I know.
These names.
3rd and goal. Well, I know I'm old. They give it off to Ballard. Runs left. He's hitting the backfield, and they take the ball away from him. Headed the other direction for Woodford County who is that? That's number 1 for Woodford County. That is Christopher Reed Jr., number 1. And he comes up with a turnover. He just took the football away from Luke Ballard.
I think that's why they've been missing tackles. A lot of times they're trying to strip the ball.
Well, they stood him up, and then Reed comes in and just both hands just ripped it away from Ballard, and the Jackets turn away the Warhawks.
It's a big stop.
Unbelievable. Man, that just kills momentum for your ball club.
A drive killer is what they call that.
It just absolutely just kills you. So we'll go the pistol formation. Trips here to the near side.
Oh, wow.
They throw out here. This is Tomlin. He bangs it up over the 25. He knocked out of bounds by number 27 for the Warhawks. That is Jacob Kearney.
He didn't get touched for 15 yards.
I'm telling you, that line is doing a wonderful job up front. I mean, when you don't get hit as a running back, they throw out here in the flat. This is Omari Joyner, cuts it up, Does a little juke. He has 4 guys there in white waiting on him, but he gets to the 36-yard line. 26, Colton Rory. I'm sorry, that's not Colton Roy. That is Jacob Sharp along with number 11, Evan Beach. There were a couple of other Warhawks in on the tackle. Give him 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3. They give it off to Tomlin. Gets hit in the backfield, shakes it off, gets out to the side, and then a nice open field tackle will stop him at the 40, but he gets a 1st down. That is Trey Campbell who makes the stop for Great Crossing, or that goes for a lot more yardage.
That was the best tackle we've seen all day from the smallest guy on the field.
On the field. He's not very tall, but you go low. Coons steps up in the pocket, throws on the run. He hits Grayson Hodge on the dig route, and Hodge gets knocked out of bounds at the Great Crossing 42-yard line. Coons showed a little movement in the pocket. The first 2 games he's been kind of flat-footed, didn't seem comfortable in the pocket, but that time he stepped up when the offensive line gave him some room and hit Hodge on the move. Coons looking for Hodge again, just off his fingertips. And that is a big coverage for anybody. Campbell, the free safety on coverage, but Hodge can flat run.
Yes, he can.
And he's 5'8", 165. But if you ask him, he's 6'3" and 216.
Sounds like me.
Yeah, he's a big dude, man, when it comes to that. In the game against Fairdale, the first game, well, actually last year there was a kid that, I can't remember what game it was, thought he was going to just run out of bounds because Grayson's not the biggest kid in the world. Grayson lowered his shoulder and lowered the boom.
He wanted to hit.
Knocked him back 5 yards. 2nd and 10, they give it off. This is Aiden Powell. And he gets inside the 40 down to the Warhawk 37-yard line. Nope, they gave him the 38. It'll be 3rd and 6 for Woodford County, and now timeout. And now what are they making Champagne come out, number 3 here for what?
Not sure.
Oh, the knee pad thing.
Okay.
Yep. I'll cover that in a minute. I had a problem with that in the game last year, big time. 3rd and 6. And it's a rule that you have to have those knee pads across your knees in high school, but you'll see some teams that don't do it.
They don't do it at the college level.
They definitely don't do it at college level. Coons throws out here in the flat, caught by Jalen Johnson. He's going to be shy of the 1st down. Knocked him down to the 35-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3 after a gain of 3. If Coons leads him to the sideline where the pattern was going, and now we get a late flag.
Wow.
And now an ejection on Trey Campbell. And that's a senior.
He followed him to get
Yeah,
that penalty.
that's a senior. And I tell you, that's an ejection. That's going to cost him a couple. And I wouldn't, if I'm Campbell, I wouldn't even want to go over the sidelines because I know Coach Bowling. And he's still headed that direction.
I don't know what was said, but he is unhinged right now.
Yeah, I don't know what was said or what happened, but you can probably guess it was something verbal, maybe. I didn't see anything physical between him and Johnson other than he made the tackle on Johnson. And
so is he thrown out of
he
the game?
he should be ejected for the second part. The first part was going to be an unsportsmanlike, I think. Mm-hmm. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to get offsetting penalties on the unsportsmanlike because I think they both were guilty for doing the jaw jacking. And then I think the third thing, the following of the Woodford County player to the middle of the field and then the headbutt will cost him. And in high school, you'll have to go to the locker room, and then you will also have to go. You'll miss next week's.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
it's a week.
As a senior,
Yeah.
that's
You'll miss next week's game. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, for those folks that were living under a rock for the last 3 weeks, the KHSAA has mandated that their officials get control of all the unnecessariness of taunting, unsportsmanlike, late hits, things like that, because of all the fighting in the preseason, some preseason games. It happened down in Louisville. It happened up in Rowan County. And for folks that were listening last week, I have been informed that I received bad information for the Rowan County, Bourbon County fight.
Okay.
But I do know from some people that I know up in that area that it involved players from both teams, coaches from both teams, parents from both teams.
Wow.
So they have been mandated to keep themselves in check, flag anything you see, and if you figure that out, then here's what you do. If you are guilty of that, then it can cost your school $10,000.
Oh, wow. So they're going to the pocketbook.
Yes, sir. And that's the only way to get it under control. Make the schools and the people. Now, the unsportsmanlike conduct will give Woodford County an automatic first down at the Great Crossing 20-yard line.
That was a third down, too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was going to be third and about 4. Here's a throw down to Joyner. He got away with a push-off. He scores it. Touchdown. He got away with a little nudge there at the end.
A little bit.
And a great throw by Fox Coons to Omari Joyner, and it makes it 13-0 Woodford County with 3:41 to play in the opening period.
Sometimes you can be in the right place, right time, better pass, better catch.
And we get a flag on the play, and I believe it is for the celebration after the touchdown. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Now, here's what the problem I have. You can't celebrate a touchdown because they're going to now think that is taunting. The officials are going to take it one step further.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Is that part of the new mandate that the KHSA is?
I'm guessing it is, but I have a real issue with that. I mean, because that part of football is the emotion and the excitement of that.
Right.
Now, as long as they're not trying to embarrass another team, I mean, they were celebrating together. That's the problem I have.
So did they waive it?
No, he's touching. They're going to do it on the kickoff.
Okay.
This is Urbina with a kick, and it is good. We have a rotating kicker thing here.
Okay.
Urbina's a junior, and Wolf is a freshman, and they both got really nice legs. They're just now getting able to on the field to kick a lot because Logan Ford for the last 3 years has had that spot loaded up. So, you know, when you have that loaded up, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. 3:41 to play in the first quarter. Woodford County leads by a score of 14-0. Woodford County up 14-0 already on Great Crossing, and it has been the Yellowjackets that have just really decided defensively that they are going to take care of Great Crossing early on. And, you know, it's because this home schedule, Grant, is brutal for Woodford County. You got Harvest Prep last week. You got Great Crossing now. And you have Mumford out of Tennessee next week.
Oh, wow.
Then you go on the road to Florida to play at Disney World to take on Heritage High School out of Palm Beach.
That's awesome.
Then you got a week off, and then you come home and play South Oldham. Then you go to Martha Lane Collins. Then you come home to take on Scott County, and that's your last home game of the regular season. Then you play on the road at Anderson County and Ballard to finish it up. But the home schedule is brutal.
That's brutal. Fun for the fans.
Yeah. Wolf kicks off. This comes down to Joel Johnson, and Johnson gets it up over Woodford County, over midfield into Woodford County territory. And the Yellowjackets defense will, boy, I tell you, Johnson looks like he's a little groggy getting up.
He is. And you know, the penalty just, it penalizes your defense.
Yep.
I mean, look, now they're on their end of the field, and, you know.
And again, you know, I understand you don't want taunting and stuff like that, but that, to me, is not
it's a little excessive.
Yeah, I think so. But the excessive celebration, I get
that.
I get it. But I just think we need to find a happy medium between making sure you get to all that unnecessary play out and celebrating. They give it off to Moody, running left. He cuts it back inside and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. That's all. It'll be second down and 10 for Great Crossing from the Woodford County 46-yard line. 3:15, the clock moving. Woodford County on top 14-0. Before everybody, I got the score there. I forgot the score. You have Campbell here to the right side. They did not eject Campbell. He is still in the ball game. That's surprising.
Very surprising.
Yeah. Clay in motion. Rock throws and almost intercepted. That is Zion Brown.
Heck of a defensive play there by Brown.
Yep, that's the son of Matthew Brown. And if he gets word of this, yes, I called him Matthew. He's a big fella. But it's 3rd and 10 now with 2:44 and the clock stopped. Elias Tackett last week in the Morgan & Morgan Bowl was the defensive player of the game.
Okay.
He had 8 tackles. He was all over the place.
Wow.
He and Neo Jones were my selection as probably co-defensive players. They give it off to Ballard, running right, big hole. Brown comes up, hits him at the 40, and he spins off, gets the first down inside the Woodford County 35 to the 34-yard line. And again, Ballard, I mean, they said 195. He looks to be closer to 200, 205.
And when he's running downhill, 215 is what it feels
At a
like.
very minimum of 215 because he runs hard. He's not your classic get behind your pants kind of runner, but boy, if you hit him up high, you're either going to be shaking off or you're going to go for a ride.
Yes.
You better go down from the waist down. 1st and 10 for Great Crossing from the Woodford County 35. They give it off to Ballard again, and he's stopped for a gain of a yard. That's Neo Jones, along with number 22 for Woodford County. That is Jaden McKinney, who is now back, it looks like, at, I think he's at Lightning, and that is the defensive end. Nope, he is going to be a linebacker. He's one of the outside linebackers. He's here on the near side in coverage. The first game of the year, he was a nose guard. And we have a timeout, Woodford County. Oh, Clay is... he's sending Campbell off the field for something. I don't know. Is it a blood on his uniform? Is it maybe his knee pads are above his knees? But the game I'm talking about was against, I think it was Pulaski County in the playoffs. They got Woodford County flagged for the knee pads being up for an unsportsmanlike or delay of game, some kind of penalty of that. The guy that was right across guarding the wide receiver had him rolled up above his knees, and they never flagged him. So it was like wild.
Just keep it consistent, right?
That's all you ask. 2nd down, and they gave him a half yard. We'll make it 9. 2nd down and 9. Rock back to throw, in trouble. Down he goes. Josiah McKee with a sack from his lightning position. Is what they call the one defensive end. They call the other one Thunder.
I've seen him grow up, and
Yeah.
he's not a kid anymore.
He's not a kid.
He's a man.
They list him at 6'4" and 245. He looks bigger than
He
245.
feels bigger than that when you walk upon him.
Well, he has a relative listing, Ed over there in Lawrenceburg. And I'm giving Ed a hard time. Ed, the temperature's good. You could come over and watch a game in person. 3rd down and about 17. Rock back to throw. 3-man rush. They have a man wide open in the middle field. That's Clay. And it's a 1st down for Great Crossing at the Woodford County 11-yard line. And that was a busted coverage. Nobody there for Woodford County in a black uniform, and that was right down the middle of the field, and that's where your safeties usually hang out.
He ran a seam right straight ahead, and it was a great pass and great catch.
And it's 1st and 10. Rock is a sophomore quarterback for Great Crossing. And it looks like Clay either has a cramp or something with, it looks maybe that left leg.
That left leg, yes, sir.
I don't know if he got rolled up on it on the tackle, and I believe on the tackle was Zion Brown. I'm not sure. It'll be 1st and 10 as we move to the final seconds of the first quarter. Woodford County on top 14-0.
One thing about a lot of runs, the clock's going to continue to run.
Yep. but both these teams have been moving the football up and down the field. It'll be the last play of the first quarter. Woodford County leads 14-0 on the Yellowjackets Sports Network. We'll talk about Ricardo's Restaurant. If there's two things a broadcaster needs to do before he sets up in the press box or by courtside, he's got to find the restroom and find out where the best place in town to eat. Well, one of the best places in town to eat is Ricardo's Restaurant. It's a fine dining experience that has a little southern twist to it in a historic building at Old Train Depot here in Versailles, just outside of downtown on Frankfort Street. You combine that with an upbeat atmosphere. UK game days tomorrow, 3:30 tomorrow against Ole Miss at home. That's what you got when you get Ricardo's. Located just outside downtown, they feature everything from burgers and salads to entrees like fish and chips and the famous Kentucky hot brown, or one of Kelly's my favorite appetizers, the pub nachos. Have you ever had them? Oh, my goodness. They will beat your tongue. Your tongue will beat your brains out trying to get to it. It is wonderful stuff. And then you got throw in the professional courtesy of all the staff there. Go in and see Josh, Chad, or Michelle. I have to throw Michelle in there because she did a wonderful job last week organizing the thing with Harvest Prep. Did their pregame meal at Ricardo's. They got in town about 2 o'clock. So call them today. You can either dine in, carry it out, or get curbside service at 873-3663 at 110 Frankfort Street.
Great restaurant.
Wonderful restaurant, and your dad took a month to paint one wall. They got a picture.
He was in there eating
They have a picture courtesy and to honor that month. They give it off to Ballard, runs right, breaks it. Nope, is that Clay again? Nope, that's Ballard again. Boy, I'm telling you, the first player for Woodford County to get to him is not bringing him down because they have chosen to go high. I'm telling you, folks, if you're going to hit this kid, you got better hit him low. Because if not, he's going to drag you for a while. He was knocked out of bounds by Christopher Reed Jr. at the 5, so it's second down and about 4. Give him 6. They give it off. This is Moody. He gets inside the 5 to about the 4. Man, he's still on his feet. He'll get to the 4. It'll be 3rd and 2 with 11:42 to play and the clock moving here in the first half. Halftime, we will have plenty of coverage, at least video coverage, of the Woodford County Public Schools Hall of Fame induction ceremonies.
Look forward to that.
I gave you at least 3 people I know. A.B. Happy Chandler, along with Gary Fennell and Jerome Givens. Okay. Are the 3 that I remember. Destiny's going in too?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I did not see her pick. Ballard with a nice step out. He got in. Did he get in for the touchdown?
Looks like he was in.
Nope, they're going to mark him out inside the 1, it looks like. That'll be 1st and goal. It'll be 1st down and goal for. Or did they give him a touchdown? Did they give him the touchdown? They did. I never saw the linesman over there go throw his hands up.
One time.
It'll be tappable for the extra point, so it's 14-6 now, Woodford County. And that's a good answer from Great Crossing. Tapple is 6 of 6 on the season, making 7 of 7 on the extra point. So with 11:08 to play before halftime, Great Crossing on the board, trailing now 14-7 to Woodford County here at Community Stadium. I want to talk a little bit about Falling Springs Rec Center, and I'm telling you what, Falling Springs is an experience of endless fun and fitness. From exciting youth programs to adult fitness classes, there's something for everyone, regardless of your age. Join us for swim lessons, community events, and more. Be sure to check out their Silver Sneakers program for seniors, making it easier to stay fit. Whether you're young or young at heart, they have activities to keep you healthy and active. Discover more at FallingSpringsCenter.com for more information on that. And the thing about Falling Springs is they really have everything for everybody. I mean, you have 3 or 4 basketball courts, and maybe more than that. I think it's 6, isn't it?
Yeah, you got a full
You got an upscale running track on the outside, on the inside lanes. It's walking track. You got an indoor swimming pool used for competition. Just a lot of stuff going on.
It's a great facility.
It is. Tapple will kick off. The deep man is Grayson Hodge, but they'll kick it here to the near side. And that is, I believe, Christopher Reed. And it is Christopher Reed Jr. and a big return for Woodford County again down into Great Crossing territory at the Warhawks 37-yard line. And nothing fancy from Woodford. Both kickoff returns have been right up the gut.
Right up the gut, not touched, great blocking.
And great vision by Reed to get Woodford County. And that thing, I think it was that's a 43-yard kickoff return. You know, now you're averaging 36 yards per kickoff. No, 46 yards because it's 92 yards total, yeah. 11 minutes exactly. Woodford County has Tomlin, the running back, trips to the right or to the left. They give it on the stretch play to Tomlin. Big hole left side, inside the 30. Still driving towards the first down. He's going to get 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1 for Woodford County. And I'm telling you, that offensive line is doing a great job up front. That time on the left side, it was Cottle and Bug. Bug easy to see, 6'6", standing out on the left side.
He'll play football on Saturdays.
He will. Maybe at the NAIA level, might be at one of the NCAA levels, but he's got the skills and the size to play at the next level. They adjust receivers from one from the left back to the right. So twins both sides. Coons back to throw, looking, has a man available on the post route, and just off of Amari Joyner's hands. But I tell you what, I think the cornerback got by with a little tomahawk chop before the ball ever got there.
There were some handsies going on there for sure.
Now, that's different from high school and college. If the ball's in the air, now you got to get your hands off. But I don't know how with 5 officials you can see that. But nonetheless.
Tough call.
3rd and 1. And I'm going to bet anything right now they're going to put the ball on the ground in the hand of number 0.
That's what I would do.
3rd and 1, but you're actually in 4-down territory because your defense has really played well, except the last driving on their initial drive of the ball game. And then the Jackets went down and scored right after that. 3rd and 1. Tomlin about 7-8 yards deep. They give it to him. Running right, breaks a tackle. See you later. 27-yard touchdown run, and it's 20-7 Woodford County. And Tomlin's got the speed to run away from you, but you saw him break a tackle right in the hole, and then he was gone. And that was, again, right behind the right side, Perez and Branson.
We've seen it a few times tonight. The defense has been in the right place to make the tackle, but just couldn't get it done.
That's 555 pounds on that side.
Wow. I'm running right.
They're running right. Well, you got no small guys on the left side either. It'll be Wolf to kick the extra point this time. You Bug at 290 and Cottle at 265. That's another 555 pounds. So that's 1,020 pounds right there.
A lot of weight up there.
And Wolf's kick is good. And that's just the 4 linemen. Now you throw the center in. Yeah. Now you got 1,000. You got almost 1,300 pounds right there across the front.
As a running back, you feel a lot more comfortable.
You feel a lot more. And as quarterback, you feel comfortable sitting back there.
Right.
Wolf's extra point is good, and it's 21-7 with 9:59 to play here on the Yellowjacket Sports Network. We're going to talk about Collision Masters. And Collision Masters is a family-owned business that does a lot of body work. They will take care of anything you got as long as the car is not going to be totaled. They'll be honest with you and give you a good break. David and Josh Wilson, both. Josh actually coached in football, middle school, and as a freshman in high school. Josh and his dad, David, started this business, Collision Masters. They have 2 locations in Lexington. The one I'm familiar with is the one right off of Georgetown Road, Old Frankfort Pike. And you go back in there and you'll see Collision Masters. Go see them today. If you have a dent in your car, they can make it look like brand new. They work, and they believe their family is business.
Yes, you want trust when you're dealing with people working on your car. So.
Yes, sir. 21-7, Woodford County leads with 9:59 to play in the first half. And this has been a Woodford County offense that the first couple of weeks kind of looked a little, I don't want to say lethargic, but looked inconsistent on offense. But, boy, they look sharp tonight. This one comes down. This is Johnson again from the 15. Nope, that is Campbell, who gets out to the 30. They're going to mark him at the 31, but I don't think he got that far. I thought he got right on the 30, but that far side linesman said 31. So a gain of 16 on the kickoff return. Guess he got him where his helmet was, not the football.
Our offensive coordinator just walked
the new
by.
offensive coordinator. He walked down to the PA announcer for something. He doesn't stop to talk to me too much.
Well, I coached him in middle school. That makes me feel
that. Now I'm gonna tell you, that makes you old. You're getting there. You got a ways to go, buddy. Yeah. I can't believe you're 41. That just kills me. Oof. Wow. Where does time go? Yeah. Where does time go? We get twin receivers to either side. Actually, we have a tight end just to the right of the tackle. Looks like he's offset back there in the backfield. They give it off to Ballard. He'll run right. Patience. Cuts it up. Gets about 4. Bumped out of bounds by, is that 23 for Woodford? That is 23. It says Sam Hash, but it's Kingston Dumas, 43.
And, Coach, you said it best. Ballard's patience when he gets the ball is incredible. I think he waits to see what the defense is going to do, and then he attacks. I love that about
Once he makes the decision to cut it up, he cuts it up. He doesn't wait.
Right.
He got 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. And I don't know if he's being recruited, but I'm going to tell you right now, he is a diamond in the rough for somebody. I like the way he runs it. Draw play. Nope, they fake it to him. Throw across the middle. Moody had the first down. He'll fall forward after being hit. Might have the first down, but he had it and gave ground and gave up the first down, so it's going to be 3rd and 1. Nope, they're going to give it to him. They gave him the first down. But he had it easily, and for all you young receivers, the pattern may call for you to run a 7-yard pattern, but if it's 8, you go 9, and that gives yourself an extra yard and get the first down. But he got it just barely, so the 1st and 10. Great crossing from their own 41-yard line. Now, they've moved the ball on Woodford County. But the Jackets defense is bent but don't break. Ballard hitting the backfield, slides off the first hit. That was McKee that didn't get him and now brought down. And was that Dumas again in the backfield? That was Zion Brown. And Jaden McKinney on the stop. McKee had him back for a loss of about 4. And just slid off of him. But again, Josiah went high. Now, Josiah goes, as we said, 6'4", 245. But if you're going to go high, you better bring your lower half of your body. You better drive, because if you go just high and try to bring him down with your arms, he's not going to come down. Ballard runs extreme. I'm impressed with Ballard. I tell you what, the last 2 weeks, we've had a player that I've been impressed with on the other team big time. McKee in the face of Rock got hit as he threw, and it's incomplete. Rock looks to be about 5'9", maybe, and McKee at 6'4". When you're not going to see your receiver, but the problem was I don't think he had a shot at getting that one anyway because that thing was covered over by Brown. 3rd and 11 now for Great Crossing. And the thing is, too, Rock at 5'9", he's been in the ball game since the first series, and I don't know if something happened with Penn. I don't see him on the sidelines over there right now. He's been the starter, but both quarterbacks have seen a lot of action for Coach Bowling. Rock with Ballard to his left, trips here to the near side. Rock will throw deep, and the only guy that's near that is the back judge.
There's a flag on the play.
Let's see what we got. Do we have offsides or somebody started too soon for Great Crossing? Or is it a legal formation? Okay, it must have been an illegal formation, not enough being on the line of scrimmage. So Woodford County will decline the penalty, leading 21-7 with 8:10 to play in the first half. Pretty nice contingent from Great Crossing, although I'm a little disappointed from the folks from Georgetown. You're not that far. You're about 25-30 minutes from Versailles.
Should be a rivalry, right?
Should be a pretty good rivalry. They don't really necessarily play because they're not in the same region anymore. Matter of fact, Great Crossing plays basketball and stuff in the 41st. They took Woodford's position when Woodford went to the 8th.
Which I'm still trying to get used to.
I can't get used to it either. And there you see the leadership of senior or junior Elias Tackett. He grabbed a young man for Woodford County, McQuell Black, because he was mixing it with a Great Crossing guy here on the near sideline about 50 yards away from the play. And Tackett went over immediately as a captain and said, hey, whoa, chill out.
You love to see that.
Yes.
The captain understands what's at stake, and he goes and he makes a good play, keeps his teammate out of trouble.
Out of trouble. It'll be 1st and 10, Woodford County from their own 19-yard line. This will be the worst starting position for Woodford County tonight. I think the other 3 drives have all started in Great Crossing territory, but they've all led to touchdowns. Actually, I was wrong. And Joyner dropped, and we get a flag, and I think we're going to get a hold on Woodford County on the backside of things there. We're going to get, I think it's, holding on. I believe they're going to get Caleb Cottle, the left guard. That's where the flag came from, and it's going to be about 7 yards into the backfield. But unlike college, it does not come from that point of infraction. And it goes back, so it's 1st and 20 for Woodford County with 7:54 to play. Now, if you're Woodford, you got to not play conservative, but you got to be smart because you're starting from your inside your own 10-yard line. You got a 2-touchdown lead. You don't want to give Great Crossing a turnover, get a touchdown here because they get the ball to start the second half.
Correct.
So you want to try to quell that momentum. Coons back to throw. Steps up. He has Joyner and overthrows him.
They had to stop and go. Perfect timing. Little overthrown.
And that was an exact type play last year that Omari Joyner sustained a knee injury.
That's how he got
down in Crestwood at South Oldham. But here's the incredible thing. He made a one-handed catch between 2 defenders and drug him into the end zone with an injured knee.
Oh, wow.
About 15 yards. It was an incredible catch. It's probably the best catch I've seen as the voice of the Jackets. Now, I've seen probably some better as a sideline guy in the color analyst, but never as a play-by-play guy.
That's a lot of football, so it must have been a great play.
They give it off to Tomlin, I believe, and that's Aiden Powell. And it'll be 3rd and long for Woodford County now.
Do you go to the air here? Or?
Well, I think you got to be smart here. You got a couple of guys that can flat run, and Joyner, Rytar is pretty good. Got a pretty good burst of speed. He made an incredible catch last week. Couldn't keep his balance, or he would have probably scored. And then you got Jalen Johnson. So you got 4 guys that can go get it. And you got a linebacker trying to cover Grayson Hodge in the slot on the far side. We got a safety over the top. Blitz coming. Nice job of picking it up for Woodford County. He's got Hodge wide open down the middle of the field. It's going to be intercepted by Campbell, who gets up and then wolfs. And that should be another. Now that's a taunting. That was a taunting to stand up and look over at the Woodford County crowd and throw his hands up. And that is what that's designed to stop, right?
Well, but they're not consistent.
No, and that's, and it's a good play by Campbell.
It was a great play.
Now, he had Hodge. He just underthrew it. I think if he throws it farther. Now, to Coons' credit, that was a pretty good throw considering he was on the run.
Correct. And it's like a punt,
Yeah.
Essentially.
And maybe better as a punt because we haven't punted very much this year. So I don't know. It'll be 1st and 10, Great Crossing with 6:55 to play. 2 timeouts still for the Warhawks. And they give it back to Ballard, and again, a flag on the play. And again, I don't think Campbell was up on the line of scrimmage here on the near side. That's where the flag came from, and not enough men on the line of scrimmage.
I believe that's the call.
Yep. I get a feeling the little microphone system for the officials that they have that they can talk to each other, the headset thing, is not working because the near side linesman has to go over and almost sprint to the white hat and tell him. They're going to deny the penalty. It was a no gain, or it was a gain of 1. Second down and 9. Because they usually just see them, they'll put their hand up to their collar and they're pushing the button to talk to each other. And obviously that was not working there. Second down and 8 for Great Crossing from the Woodford County, or from their own 46. Ballard again patient in the hole. Spins, will get close to the first down. Knocked down by Elias Tackett. He was the guy that eventually wrangled him down to the ground. It'll be third and about 2. McKinney also on the tackle for the Jackets. And we'll give DeMarcus Jones credit for a piece of that one as well. It'll be third, and they're going to give him about 2. So we got a little farther than I thought. So third and 2. And Woodford County's going to give him an automatic first down as a couple of Jackets stepped off sides. And I don't know how you can jump off sides these days, because not many teams line up under center with the quarterback, so they can't give you a hard count with a little head bob. They're back there in the shotgun formation and
got a little overzealous on third down and short, trying to.
And then the thing that drives Dennis crazy, I know, is the fact that it was the nose guard that jumped off sides, and you got the football right in front of you. They give it off to Ballard on the delay. He'll bounce it out here to the left side. That's a hold and no call. Boy, the Moody got it by with a great hold. I mean, he put a bear hug on the outside linebacker and turned him on the outside.
I struggle with holding. It's such a subjective call.
Yeah.
And that was clearly holding.
Yeah, well, and the thing was, what I understand when officials tell you when they turn, that's where the hold occurs.
Right. And he turned.
And he had it. And they're supposed to be on the inside part of the shoulders. If they turn, it's not going to be a hold. But he had them on the outside, and he turned him. And nonetheless, but you give Ballard that kind of a hold, you're in trouble. First and 10, Great Crossing. Rock will throw to Moody, and they're going to call, oh, my goodness gracious. They're going to call holding on Woodford County there. And I believe that is Black that got called for the hold. And they're going to call defensive holding, but earlier, I thought Joyner got held down here. Yeah. And the linesman and the back judge both flagged Black on that. They're calling pass interference. It'll be first and goal for.
So is that a 15-yard penalty? Or
Well,
is
it'll probably be half the distance.
Okay.
Because you're inside the 20, so they can't do the whole 15. That'll take it down to the 3. So it'll be first and about 2. So they give him an 8-yard penalty. It'll be first, or it'll be, is it first down or second down? I'm not sure. The official said, see, I'm trying to.
Should be first down.
Yeah, it was on the play, so it'll be first down, but it's first and 2 because it's half the distance. So first and 2. That's one of those interesting things there. Yep. Is it timeout Woodford County? Or do we have, nope, false start on Friday. Yep, look like the right tackle and the slot receiver both bobbed. And when they both bobbed, they flagged them on the far side over there.
Got a few penalties tonight.
Yeah. Well, the 2 that have killed Woodford were the one unsportsmanlike conduct after the flag on the celebration for touchdown, and then this pass interference. Those are 2. Now, I can handle the pass interference call. Mm-hmm. That happens. That's one of the hardest calls in football to make.
Right.
But the celebration penalty I have trouble with. And now we have another whistle, and I think it's timeout Woodford County. It is. Now, Dennis does this occasionally. He'll call a timeout right before a snap. And it just really confuses me when he does it sometimes. We'll be back on this quick timeout message on the Yellowjacket Sports Network. I want to talk about one of my new sponsors, Little Mozart Piano Academy, owned by Luke Hippie, a Woodford County alumni. I don't know what year he graduated from. I think he's about your age, if I'm not mistaken. Luke is the owner and proprietor and the instructor at Little Mozart Piano Academy. And for those of you that are my age, you'll remember it's the old Scotty's building. And after that, it's been several different things, including BK Sports. Brian Staples at home listening tonight.
Is that right outside of Woodford County High School?
Just right outside of Yellowjacket Drive. Luke has 22 years of experience teaching piano.
Wow.
Okay? He told me one day it helps you with dexterity with your hands and your fingers, hand-eye coordination, but he also tells me that it helps you with your mental outlook. There's a lot of people, that, including your dad, that would tell me I need help with my mental outlook. And Kelly took some piano, so that, go see and call Luke today. He also gives piano lessons right there in-house. Go see him today, Luke Hippie at Little Mozart Piano Academy, and I'm winging that, Luke. In motion comes Campbell. They give it to him on the jet sweep, running the other direction. There was a hold in the backfield. They're going to get it. Yep. He'll score standing up, but he should have been tackled by a jacket in the middle of the pack there in the backfield. And then they hold on the side, and I believe they're going to get one of the wideouts. I think it was Moody they got. He was not as slick. Yeah, Hunter was not as slick as his brother Seth. Seth got a really nice block on the outside over here, but Hunter got caught. And I can vouch, them being brothers, they've probably gotten their hand caught in the cookie jar at home too by Mama before dinner.
I'd be willing to bet.
You know, I can vouch. I've done that a couple of times.
We've all done that.
Oh yeah. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It makes it first now and 14. Make it 16. They got 23 on the board, but I don't think it's 23 yards. Brock back to throw, steps up, has his helmet ripped off.
Wow.
And we're going to get flags all over the place. And somebody just throws a flag just to be throwing a flag. And I think we've got two things happening here. I think we have a sideline warning. I think there's going to be a sideline warning. There's going to be a face mask on Woodford. But I think also one of those flags came in late. And I think it's going to be a sideline warning because about 5 coaches from Great Crossing ran out on the field and got in the way of the referee. So let's see if it's just going to be a face mask.
It's a very unusual play there.
Yeah, I don't think now looking at the officials talking, I'm not sure that we're going to get that sideline warning. Now, it's just a warning. It will not be anything penalized until the next time. But I think it's going to be just a straight-up face mask on Woodford County. I think it was Diego Castillo who's guilty. That's that. And then we get a dead ball, personal foul on Woodford County. I didn't see that. Did you see the dead ball, Grant? I did not see the dead ball.
I did not see that.
We know the face mask, but they're going to call 2 penalties on Woodford County. They're going to call a dead ball, personal foul. And I'm assuming that they hit a kid with no helmet on.
So the play should have been dead.
The play should have been blown dead, but we didn't hear a whistle until after somebody, he went to the ground.
Now, I did see the runner pause, so I did see that.
Well, he kept running, too.
Yeah.
He paused, then took off running again. So it's a natural reaction. You're going to take on a hit. But then again, you as a Woodford County player, you got to be smart.
Right.
It's 1st and goal now. Well, Woodford County has been penalized heavily in the first 3 weeks. Rock gives it off to Ballard. Patience. Trying to get to the left side. He's going to score as Black tried everything he could, but he got outside, and it's a touchdown, Great Crossing.
You said it again, patience. That's his middle name.
Yep. Well, very much patient. And then you got the fact that you gave them a first down. Now, granted, things happen like that with the face mask and the helmet coming off and all that stuff. But you just have to play through it if you're Woodford, and you got yourself. Now, you've given them both touchdowns by getting mental penalties. Mental penalties.
You're letting them hang around.
Here's the snap down, and the kick is up. And the kick is good by Tapple, and he is perfect on the season, 8 of 8 on extra points, and it's 21-14 with just under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll be back in just a minute here, as I'll do another commercial here for us. Kentucky Gym. Now, if you are one of these folks that is a fitness buff, this is the place to go. And if you want to get in shape, this is also the place to go. And if you're tired of the big box chains that give you all the spiel that you get nationwide, but they don't deliver, you need to go to Kentucky Gym. Locally owned and operated. They have one in Lexington. They got a gym coming soon in Georgetown, Nicholasville, and I believe Frankfort.
They're going to take one in Frankfort.
But they have one in Kentucky here, or in Versailles, in the Okato building. And guess what, folks? They have everything from free weights to Pilates. They have group classes. They have boot camp classes. They also have individualized workouts for you. That's Kentucky Gym, located in Lexington Road Plaza, the Okato building.
Okay.
We'll tell you where it's at. Go see them today.
I'll have to check that out.
Glad they are with us as a first-time sponsor. I absolutely love the fact that I have all my sponsors within Versailles, or they have some kind of Woodford County connection.
That's awesome. And I love to see them supporting the athletics
Oh, yeah.
department as well.
Versailles and Woodford County has always been solid, and we got people who have businesses in Lexington and, and Georgetown, places that we've had sponsor, and they've done good. It comes down. Grant Hodge, or Grayson Hodge, takes it. He has a crease, and look out for the speed. He moves it, 45, comes back inside, and we have a flag at the 30-yard line. And it's probably going to come back. It's thrown by the linesman on the far side, who has been very busy. He's going to need to ice his right shoulder at halftime.
And he's going to need some Gatorade. He's been working hard.
Well, he's got to remember, he's got to come to this sideline the next half. So we may see how good that right shoulder is. Again, a block in the back, and Dennis is hot. And I don't think he's hot at his player. I think he's hot at the officiating crew, because I didn't see it, but every block I saw at the point of attack looked good. But again, it came from that linesman on the far side. Now, folks, I'm far be it to be critical, but he's in front of the Great Crossing bench.
He is.
So you know they're in his ear. Watch this, watch that. So, and I've known Coach Bowling a long time. I watched him play in high school down at South Laurel. I called a couple of games that he did. I've actually seen him play in college when he played at Union College, now Union Commonwealth now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Changed, I think, last year, Union Commonwealth. He broke all kinds of records down there throwing the football when I was the part of the play-by-play crew for Georgetown College. So I've seen Coach Bowling grow up. He's been the only coach Great Crossing has known, and he's done a fantastic job in a short time there. As a matter of fact, I told him, I said, gosh, that makes me feel old, because I've seen you play high school football. And he started as a freshman at South Laurel. Sure did. He set a lot of records. He broke a lot of records down that area that Tim Couch set.
Okay. Now you're talking.
Now you're talking. And that's a lot of things. And that yawn you heard was Kelly, folks, not me. Somebody's showing their age next to me.
Wait a minute. I'm younger than you.
Yeah, you're younger than me. Well, Methuselah's almost younger than me. 1st and 10, Woodford County from their own 20. But they would have been starting in Great Crossing territory. This is Joyner out there one-on-one with Johnson, and he's going to get 9.
Huge size difference over there on that side.
Now, if Woodford County is smart here, they got 2 timeouts, so does Great Crossing. Use as much time on the clock as you can. Go down here, put this thing in the end zone, go back up 2 scores. It gives you a little bit more breathing room. 2nd down and 1. He got 9. And again, I am thoroughly impressed with Luke Ballard, the running back for Great Crossing. If nobody's recruiting him, then you college coaches don't know squat.
I'm texting my coach right now.
Okay. They give it off to Tomlin. He has the 1st down over the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Great Crossing really selling out in the middle of that defense to stop that run. You may see a little bit more of the stretch play again for Woodford. And that would be, if you don't think Tomlin can run outside can't run outside the tackles, you saw that on the touchdown run a moment ago. He's got some speed to burn, too. I watched him play 3 years ago in the 8th grade state championship game over at LCA, and he just absolutely lit up the crowd. He made a run one time. I swear he ran 100 yards to go 50. Coons throws out here in the flat. He has Hodge, who puts his hand down, then delivers a blow and gets about 5. Knocked down by number 22 for Great Crossing. That is Tyler Mullenix.
Little fast-paced offense here from Woodford.
Yep, they're going with Sam Simpson and Henry Clay called NASCAR. Throw it out here. This is Rytar. He has the first down. A little bit extra. Yep. And the young man who just made the tackle a moment ago, I'm sorry, it's 26. That is Jacob Sharp. Gave a little shove about 4 yards out of bounds. And wasn't much, but again, that's where the KHSAA is trying to crack down on this stuff. They don't want this extracurricular stuff going on. And you hate to hear that, but guess what? It is what it is. While they're marking off the penalty real quick, let's talk about the Wash House. It's a walk-in coin laundry with multiple high-capacity machines that also offers drop-off wash, dry, and fold service, located at 435 Lexington Road in Versailles with convenient hours and location. It makes it ideal for your busy location. I'll give you more in just a minute. As Woodford County goes no huddle. On the end around to Grayson Hodge, and look, he's got it. He's going to throw it. And that is pass interference. There is no face guarding in high school football, but the contact is going to give that. Grayson Hodge, for those that don't know, in middle school, 7th and 8th grade, played quarterback.
Oh, wow.
But the Wash House also offers service for horse blankets, $15, king and queen size blankets, $20, and large rugs, $20 to $50, depending on the size of the rug. Come let the Wash House do the dirty work and tell them you heard it here on the Yellowjacket Sports Network.
So I can drop my clothes off, and
they'll do it by pounds. Yep.
Perfect.
And it's an AD of a NCAA Division III school, right? 2.
We'll drop them right off.
And I'm going to really show my age. I knew this, but up until the mid-'70s, K-State was an NAIA school.
Yep. Had a lot of success.
And a lot of people went, They went back-to-back state national championships. Yep. I think it was 72, 73, wasn't it? Showing my knowledge, too, there. Tomlin spins off. He gets 4. On the tackle is one of the Branham brothers, 64 there. They call him a defensive tackle, and he'll play what they call the 3 technique, which he'll be either head up or off one of the shoulders of the guard as a defensive tackle. One of the few schools I've seen in a while, Grant, play a 4-man front. A lot of schools are going to that 3-man front. Mm-hmm. They give it off to Hodge, running right, cuts it up in the middle, cuts it back, gets inside the 20. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. It's 3rd and 1.
This is kind of the no man's land, right? You got 2:40 on the clock, 3rd down,
You still have 2 timeouts left.
Still got 2 timeouts.
Great Crossing has 1, and you're in 4-down territory because you got a 195-pound running back in Tomlin with about 1,300 pounds of beef in front of him on that offensive line. I'm betting they run right behind Perez and Branscombe. Although that left side, Cottle and Bug have been doing well tonight too. So
I feel a pass.
You do on 3rd and 1? Let's see.
Because they're going 4 on 4.
Coons will throw, and he throws behind his man, and I believe he was looking for Jalen Johnson, and it's 4th and 1 with 2:02 to play. I agree somewhat with that call, but I'm looking, go get the first down. Now you got 4 downs.
Yeah, with timeouts.
With 2 timeouts, and you can still run the clock down. Right. Now you got to pick up this first down. You really don't want to put yourself in that boat. But I'm not going to. George Bowen, in his year plus so far as OC, has made some really nice calls down the stretch. 4th and 1. They give it off to Tomlin. He hammers it down to the 15. They're going to give him the forward spot. He got the first down. It was a nice job defensively by Michael Stone, number 40 in white, a linebacker. He's a sophomore. He's a big dude, too. And I tell you what, I know his dad.
Of course you do.
Todd. Todd was a member of the security force over at Georgetown College when I was part of the broadcast crew over there. So, Todd, if you're listening over in the stands over there, I gave you a shout-out, big fella. 21-14, Woodford County, 1st and 10 from the Great Crossing 15. Oh, I tell you, there's a whole lot of movement on the Great Crossing sideline, or the side of the ball. Clock running with a minute 43 to play. Woodford County in the red zone. Coons back to throw. Throws on the slant to Hodge. Nope, that's Rytar. Touchdown, Yellowjackets.
He ran a nice inside slant, quarterback eyed him the whole time, put it on the money.
That is the only, that's the second touchdown catch by Rytar in his varsity career. The first one was a beauty down in Mercer County. Coons threw it to the sideline. The only guy that was going to catch it was his receiver. Rytar not only caught it on his fingertips, but tiptoed in the end zone. And I was told by one of the officials, one of the linesmen, which was Bernie Jenkins, who happens to be the mayor of Georgetown, said he may have had a half an inch between his toe and the sidelines.
Wow. Glad he's not reffing tonight.
Oh, yeah. Bernie's at home. I can tell you right now, he calls maybe 3 games a year now, he said. Wolf's kick is up and is good. Nope, that's Urbina's kick. So with a minute 33 to play before halftime, Woodford County's increased their lead to 28-14 over Great Crossing. This is the Yellowjacket Sports Network, Woodford County High School football. I want to talk about one of my favorite places to go. They got gas, they have snacks, but I go for the donuts. That's Dough Daddy's Donuts on Lexington Road. And I'm telling you what, we did our first broadcast of the new season live from Dough Daddy's. And that smell of those donuts just being cooked inside, it was killing Kelly and I. I mean, just killing us. Now, she can't eat donuts because she has a gluten allergy. I can. And I'm telling you, I wanted one so bad I couldn't stand it. But Dough Daddy's Donuts, if you fill up your car or truck or your SUV or van, for every fill-up, you get a free glazed donut.
Did not know that.
Yeah. But I go for the apple fritters, the cinnamon honey buns, and them suckers are about as big as your head.
You smell them on the road.
Oh, and they do have beer cheese, too. So, there you go. So, Dough Daddy's Donuts on Lexington Road. Go in and see them today and tell them Darren sent you. Urbina kicks off. And it comes down. I think this is Johnson on that far side. He has a little bit of a crease on that far side. And Woodford County, somebody lost containment on the outside. If you're the outside guy on either side, you are not supposed to crash in. You stay out wide.
He crashed in, and they had some speed on the outside, so now they're on Woodford County side of
They marked him out the 45-yard line, of Great Crossing. But it's 1st and 10 for the Warhawks now from their own 45. They have a minute 24 to work with and 1 timeout. So that's not good for Woodford County. Rock, and he'll throw it away, and he just gets it past the line of scrimmage as Jordan Holman drills him as he throws it away.
That was close. It was close to a roughing the passer.
And I tell you what, Woodford County fans will just freak out that term right there, roughing the passer, because we had South Olin 4th and 17, and they got called for a roughing the passer on what turned out to be the game-winning drive. And I've gone back and watched that video. It was not roughing the passer. And I know I'm a Woodford County guy, and I'm supposed to be a homer. That was not.
Right.
But that happens on the road. 2nd down and 10 with a minute 18 to play. Campbell in motion from right or left to right. Rock back to throw, and again, they're going to have not enough men on the line of scrimmage, and then Woodford County drops an interception, and that was Christopher Reed Jr. Could have had his 2nd interception of the night. It'll be 3rd and 10 with a minute 12. And if I'm Dennis, I send them back. Yeah. I think they're going to send him back. I would take it because now you got 2nd down and 15 instead of 3rd. Nope, they're going to deny the penalty. With a minute 12, I'd try to make them go as far as they could. You know what I'm saying? But that's why he's the coach.
He's really depending on his defense.
So now it's 3rd and 15. If the late Alvis Johnson was alive back here, he would say, "What you doing, man?" Ballard getting wide. Tackett has him and he pulls him down. Nice job by Neo Jones. I take that back. That's not Tackett. That's 35 for Woodford County. And that was Cade Gilliam, a sophomore for the Yellowjackets.
Timeout Woodford. You've got to make a decision. Are you going to punt the ball? Or, don't get the 4th down conversion and you give Woodford County the ball?
Yeah.
45.
Now, you got 60 seconds exactly. Now, see, I criticize these national guys that say 90 seconds and 60 seconds. We have 1 minute.
1 minute.
1 minute exactly left on the clock before halftime. And it's 4th and about 11 now for Great Crossing. So I'm not going to. And I did what I hate. I hate these guys that do that.
Say the seconds.
90 seconds left. I'm like, that's why I love the old guys like Lindsey Nielsen, even Brett Musburger,
legend.
K Wood, K Wood. And I've told this story 1,000 times. K Wood Ledford was my second interview. My mother knew him and introduced me to him, and I got to interview him at the age of 16. I was a nervous wreck. One of my idols. This is why I got into what I got. Capel will punt for Great Crossing. He hits it. It'll come down at the Woodford County sideline.
Where are they going to mark it?
And it was caught by Cale Rydar. And it'll be 1st and 10. They said it went out of bounds at the 27-yard line. It looked like it went out high, a little bit higher than that, but the White Hat's the one that makes that determination. So it'll be 1st and 10, Woodford County, with 54.2 seconds to play. They have 1 timeout left. And it looks like Great Crossing might play prevent defense here to make sure Woodford doesn't get another score before halftime. Here's the thing about playing prevent defense. My mother used to say this: it prevents you from winning.
There's some truth to that.
There's a whole lot of truth to that. I've seen teams give up yardage that they shouldn't give up. Coons back to throw. Throws out here in the flat to Tomlin. He'll get it to 30 and step out of bounds after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Woodford County. They're going to mark him out at the 29, so make it 2nd down and 8. Coons back to throw. Throws out here. Jalen Johnson steps out of bounds at the 32. That's another gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 6 now. Now you've kind of thrown these little short stuff. Now you're going to kind of suck them up. Here's what you're setting them up for. You're setting them up for that little out play, but then you're setting them up for a stick route and then a hook and ladder. Maybe. We'll see. Trips to the left. Rydar, the receiver, back here to the near side, the right. And that should be an incomplete pass. The White Hat's the one that sees that, and the what they call the central official, or used to be the umpire, that's behind the defensive. That should have been an incomplete pass called by those two guys, but the linesman called it incomplete. But they both were in the backfield to see if his arm came forward to see.
They're calling him in.
Now, what are they doing? They're going to ask them if there was a receiver in the area. Now, look like what Coons was trying. Oh, my goodness gracious. They're going to call intentional grounding. That is not. Here's the thing. It looked like he was pumping and then going to pull it back with a stop and go or, an out and up, and the ball slipped out of his hand.
I still don't see how that's intentional grounding.
Because he wasn't under pressure. He wasn't trying to just throw it away. And that's one time when I wished I was down on the sidelines or had a reporter on the side, a sideline reporter, to go ask the official, why did you determine that was now I've had officials. Now the Bernie Jenkins, when he was a White Hat, would always have one of his guys explain to me so I could tell Mac and Jim. You know, that was the way it worked. But now, if you even question something as a reporter, they get mad at you.
Oh, wow. Well, how do you know what the information is?
Well, you can't do your job. They have Campbell back deep. McKee will punt. This one almost blocked. That should be. They're not going to call it either.
They're not going to.
And Dennis is getting on the white hat, and the white hat is just threw his hand up and told Dennis to be quiet. That should have been roughing the kicker. That ball was never touched.
I'm sorry, Coach. I don't know how that's not a roughing the kicker.
Yeah, or at least running into it. And at least they get a chance to kick the ball again.
Wow.
And the linesman over here, he's getting every bit of Dennis's fury. And he's not the one that, has to explain why the call wasn't made.
So those are one of the times I would like to ask the official on the side.
Got to know.
I need to know.
You got to know.
What did you see or not see there?
And that's one of those situations where there had to be some kind of contact there. I mean, he came clean, should have blocked the kick, did not.
He should have blocked the kick.
And it's 1st and 10 from the Woodford County 47 for Great Crossing. They give it off to Ballard, running the football. McKinney trying to pull it away from him again. We got officials with their hands on the flags again. See that? The linesman and the back judge coming in to make sure Campbell and Black don't get into it. 22.1 timeout, Great Crossing, their final timeout of the first half. And Dennis is asking for the roughing the kicker on the center official. And, well, now he's asking for a hold. And both officials are trying to figure out, oh, no, they're asking about why. Yeah, Dennis is asking about the kicker. And they said, well, he didn't touch him. Okay. So it'll be 2nd down and 6 for Great Crossing. If they can put a touchdown in here, it'll make it a one-score game before halftime. The Warhawks will get the football to begin the second half. Now, if you're Woodford, you got to get all that stuff out of your head.
Yes.
Okay. Best coach I ever heard tell about that was a guy by the name of Bill Cronin. I got one chance to go into the locker room at halftime because they had homecoming stuff going on. So I went in and listened to him. He said, hey, we've had a bunch of stuff go against us. We've had a bunch of penalties, a bunch of stupid penalties. Here's what we need to do. Just flush it from your mind. Go out and play the second half, and we own the second half. Right. They came out the next half, scored 35 points in the half. Just got to block, got to rush, just flood it out of your mind. Rock in trouble in backfield. He somehow squirts through and almost broke it.
12 seconds left. They got to speed it up.
They're going to have to probably they got receivers out of position. They're walking back to the line of scrimmage. Now they get set. And is Dennis going to call timeout? Yep. I understand he wanted to get his defense set because something weird is getting ready to happen with a play from Great Crossing. However, they were totally confused. They have receivers walking back to the line of scrimmage. Their coaching staff across the way screaming, hustle back, we're out of timeouts. Finally, they get set, but they're down to less than 5 seconds to go in the half. May or may not have gotten the play off. And we stop the clock with a timeout.
It's one of those
Again, this is one where I wished I had a coach's show this year where I could ask Dennis next week.
What were you thinking?
Well, what was your thought process? Now I can see they want to set the defense deep.
Right.
Now, what they have to tell these guys back deep, UK fans can relate to this. If he throws it up deep, don't try to intercept it. Just knock it down. Knock it down. I was there too, and it crushed me.
I'm a big Cats fan, so I'm
it crushed me. It crushed me. But
you're right. You have to make sure you knock the ball down. Don't give them a chance.
Don't give them a chance. Knock it down. Now, Woodford County has a size advantage with the DBs compared to most of the receivers for Great Crossing. You got 4 deep, all inside the 15-yard line. Rock will throw out to the side. Caught
It's going to be
And
close. What are the refs going to call it?
they called it the half, I think. Let's see what they did. Yeah, that throw took a little while to get it all the way to the side of the field. Or
I think they're going to give them another play.
are they going to give them 2 seconds back on the clock? Now that throw took about 2 seconds to get out there.
If anything, it's 0.2 seconds, Coach.
Yeah, it's a first down, and they're going to have an untimed down. I guess they're going to say he stepped out of bounds in time. So it's 1st and 10 from the Woodford County 36. So again, knock it down and keep them in front of you.
Oh, they're going for a field goal, Coach.
I'm going to bet you anything they may stand up and throw it. It'll be a 53-yard field goal off the leg of Tapple.
They can run this back if it doesn't get to the field goal post.
I believe so. 53-yard attempt. He's got a good leg. Bad snap, fumbled, picked up, and Woodford County smothers him. Looked like the snap was a little hot coming back, and the holder fumbled it, and Woodford County goes in with a 2-score lead.
I can't tell if they were going to fake that or not.
I couldn't either.
It looked like some of the guys were running out for routes, but I couldn't tell.
Yep. That's the end of the first half. It's Woodford County 28, Great Crossing 14. Back with halftime on the Yellowjackets Sports Network. I want to talk about a group that I'm familiar with, I'm sure you're familiar with, and I'm sure you're familiar with one of the owners, Jeff Shepard.
I sure am.
Family Wealth Group. Just learned today that just after New Year's, Jeff and his wife Stacy will be having a grandchild, courtesy of their daughter Madison. So that means Reed will now be Uncle Reed. Kind of funny at 19 years old to be an uncle, correct, and be able to help your grandchild out, or your nephew out. They believe it's going to be a boy.
Okay.
We'll just leave it at that. I don't know if that's going to be 100% true, but that's Family Wealth Group. And here's the thing. That child now is going to have a chance to give themselves a lot of great opportunities, because Family Wealth Group helps people to do that. If you want to take care of your kids or your grandkids after you're gone, you need to talk with the folks at Family Wealth Group. They'll tell you where you can put your money where it will make the most bang after you are gone. That's simple. They love to help people. And with the way today's economy is going, or has been, it's going to be a tough economy for those young ones that are coming into this world over the next 10, 15 years. So if you can set them up now, you need to call Family Wealth Group. They're in Lexington. They have one in Lexington, Harrisburg, Georgetown, London, of course, and in Huntington, West Virginia.
Wow.
So
really grown.
Really grown. So go see them today as we get ready now for the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies here at Communtiy Stadium, where Woodford County leads at halftime, as you see, by a score of 28-14. Now, Woodford has been some of their own worst enemy, but, they have got to clean up some of that so they can at least get themselves into a position to win number 3 with a really huge game next week against the team from Tennessee.
How does that work? Is that just like
well, the out-of-state teams, you get a straight win or lose, straight value in the RPI. So it doesn't matter what you do. You may or may not get, a home game for your troubles in the third round. You will get a home game for if you finish first or second in your district if the team is lower seed than you in that round. We're going to just give you the video site of the Woodford County Public Schools Hall of Fame. Back here at halftime, Woodford County leading over Great Crossing 28-14. Got a member of the Hall of Fame committee, but he's also a Woodford County alum. He is also a businessman. He is also a friend, and I've known him a long, long time. Tyrone Sparks just introduced all the Hall of Fame members, and I know most of them. I knew the 2004, 2005 marathon champions. I knew those guys and gals. I knew Sue Finney. She's a former teacher, a history teacher here at Woodford County High School. I did know Jerome Gibbons and Destiny Manley. I, of course, called ball games with Mike Calvert with them.
You sure did.
But the one that got me, I had heard the name, and I didn't put two and two together, was Douglas Dick.
Yes.
You know, he has been, he was an actor in Hollywood. He has acted in more movies than anybody in Woodford County history, which leads me to this. Woodford County has also had more movies shot than any other county in the state of Kentucky.
That's correct.
You know, and not just movies, but scenes as well.
Right.
But Douglas Dick, his biggest thing was his acting in Alfred Hitchcock's Rope.
Yep.
I have seen that. I had an English teacher in high school made us watch that.
Right.
I wondered why. Now I know. But the Red Badge of Courage.
Yep. That's another one, historic war film. Yep.
You know.
And
there were some others that were in there.
Yeah, I got him right here. He appeared in 17 movies, starring as a romantic lead opposite famous Hollywood starlets Loretta Young and Veronica Lake. He starred in Alfred Hitchcock's Rope and the historic war film Red Badge of Courage. In addition to his Hollywood roles, he appeared in numerous television dramas and wrote several television series scripts. Pretty fascinating.
Yeah. I would wish we'd had some of his television scripts named, wouldn't you? So I'm sure our older audience would love to know that, because I have seen the Red Badge of Courage, the original one that everybody remembers, the one with Richard Thomas. But the original one, this is what Douglas Dick starred in. And then you have, Dr. Julie Adams, all the stuff she did, Gary Fennell. The one thing that you didn't mention with Gary Fennell, he served, along with Mike Ford, as videographer for the Woodford County High School and middle school football teams.
Really?
For a number of years as well.
Okay.
So he did that, and he's been also on the county fire department here in Versailles. Then you have Bill Hoskins. I was a member of the very first Woodford County High School boys soccer team here.
Seriously, I did not know that.
I was a skinny freshman.
We didn't talk about that in our podcast.
I was a skinny freshman. I weighed about 130 pounds, soaking wet.
Wow.
Played with a bunch of seniors. Johnny Melcher was our goalkeeper on that team, and who was elected a couple of years ago here to the Hall of Fame. Who's now a world champion, multi-time world champion power lifter, which I would have never seen in Mr. Melcher. And he listens down in Alabama down there. I
went to high school with Steve Lowry.
Steve Lowry,
but he ran the Jacketeer, the newsletter, and then he went on to Nashville and
made some great things.
He photoed all the.
And then the
Rolling Stone. He did it all.
Yeah, and then the one that I know, and it's a legacy thing. And here's the thing: Albert Benjamin Happy Chandler.
Right.
And I'm glad you mentioned he was commissioner of baseball when the color barrier was broken, because Major League Baseball never mentions the commissioner of baseball.
And it came out of Kentucky.
Yeah, and they all say that Jackie Robinson signed his contract in New York City.
He did in the cabin.
It was a bald-faced lie. He signed it over on Elm Street in the cabin behind the Chandler home.
He sure did.
And Happy Chandler was my very first ever interview at the age of 15.
That's a fascinating story.
My mother got that for me. I can't say I got it. Mom knew him.
Well, we had the same birthdays.
Yeah.
And one year he bought all the watermelons out of C&D Market, and they were out in town. And my grandfather stopped in front of his house and said, "Do you have a piece of watermelon for my grandson?" So he gave me a watermelon.
There you go.
So anyway, he's a good man.
Happy Chandler. I missed it.
Cool.
Man, unbelievable gentleman. He has teachers, school teachers. You have him to thank for your school retirement.
Absolutely.
As well. And plus the roads the way they are, the road department now in the state of Kentucky, we have him set up. You want to hang with me till Grant Stepp gets back here for a minute?
Yeah, I can hang for a second.
All right. Tyrone Sparks going to join us on color here to start the second half. Johnson has it off his hands, and it's going to go out of bounds because he touched it at the 10-yard line, and that's where it will stay for Great Crossing to start the second half. Not a smart play, but he's a sophomore, probably, in only his third game as a varsity player, that's a mistake on his part, but it's also a mistake on the other 10 guys on the field, at least not telling him, hey, you're close to the sideline. Watch, let it go, let it go, let it go.
You know, I've been impressed with Great Crossings in the first half.
Yes.
You know, they got down, they battled back, got it within 7, and then Woodford County responded with a great touchdown right there before the half to go up 28-14.
It's been a game of big plays, and Woodford has shown that they can score quickly, and they've showed they can be explosive. They give it off on the draw play to Ballard. He is wrapped up in the backfield, and I think that was Diego Castillo with the first tackle.
That's been the biggest improvement this year I've seen is that defense.
That
defense is unbelievable.
We have been all over. Actually, give McKinney.
Also in there was DeMarcos Jones.
We gave DeMarcos Jones. DeMarcos was in the neighborhood, but I think the big defensive tackle, and that is Jackson Irvin. 6'4", and what does Irvin go?
They gang tackle well.
Yeah, they list him at 6'2", 225. He looks bigger than that. Rock is in trouble, and down he goes. Oh, he got it out of there. And that was DeMarcos Jones in the backfield causing problems. It's 3rd and 13.
This will be a big opportunity for Woodford to get a stop and get the ball back early in the quarter.
Now, Tapple, a good kicker for Great Crossing.
The punter?
He's the punter and the place kicker. He does all the kicking for them, and he's got a great leg.
Oh, he's the one that was going to attempt that
53-yard field goal, yeah. It'll be 3rd and about 12 for the Warhawks. And Woodford County's defense.
See if they throw a blitz on him here. Try to get in there and get the quarterback.
They give it off to Ballard, running right, and he's tripped up and dropped it to 9.
Good defense.
It'll be 4th and about, we're going to give him a yard, 4th and 11.
Great Crossings had a couple of really strong, pretty solid opponents the first 2 games.
Oh, Franklin County and Scott County, you think?
Yeah.
Cardinals run that wing tee that you don't see very often, and they run it like a well-oiled machine.
Great Crossing stayed with them, I understand, the first half.
Yeah, he did. They were down 28-21, I think, at halftime, and then it was all Scott County the second half. Have a young man waiting to come on late to the party on the field. There's a snap to Tapper in the end zone. He'll get a kick out of there. It's a nice one. Comes down to Hodge at the 47 of Great Crossing. Little stutter step, in trouble, and goes down at the 41. Couldn't get away from the first man down. That was Colby Abner, number 23, who got just enough of him to knock him down. And Abner's complaining to the official about something.
You know, he can elude those tacklers. Did you see how that footwork he put out there?
He put one on last week on a guy from Harvest Prep. He had him dead to rights. Grayson gave him a little head wiggle and then a little hip.
That's what he tried to do there.
Kind of like Gale Sayers used to do. Took the leg away, and the Harvest Prep guy just came up with nothing but air and turned around and went, where'd he go? Tomlin, who had a really nice game on the ground, moves to the right of Coons. Twins to both sides. They give it off to Tomlin. Redirects back to the right side. Breaks a tackle. Still fighting for yardage. Gets to the 34-yard line. Give him 7. Tomlin has shown he can run between the tackles. A lot of people thinking he might be a little
what I liked about
soft
it,
between the tackles.
What I loved about him on that play is he got hit there, and he just kept driving those legs, and he got another yard out of it.
That's the thing about him. They list him at 6'1", 195. I saw the young man without his jersey and stuff on. He looks to be at least 200, maybe a little bit bigger, but he runs.
What year is he?
He's a junior.
Oh, wow.
He's a junior. We have a couple of new people on the offensive line. I'll give them to you in a minute here in just a second. They pitch running left. Cuts it back, and he straightened up and dropped. Nice defensive play by number 21 for Great Crossing. And that's Ashton Hackney, a junior outside linebacker. And then he loses a yard. It'll be 3rd and 4 for Woodford County from the Great Crossing 35, leading 28-14 with 9:05 to play here in the third quarter. They throw, caught by Johnson, and he's going to fall short of the first down at the 32. Good job by the Great Crossing defense, led by linebacker Wyatt Hiley, number 42. Actually, he's a defensive end.
They got good size, Great Crossings. I've been impressed with them.
They're kind of young, too. They got some seniors in some critical spots, but they are young. Great Crossing has nobody in the middle of the field defensively. They have all 11 players within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. There is nobody in the middle of the field at all.
That'd be a good opportunity to fake it to the back and throw it over the middle. He did.
And they're going to call – the white hat throws a flag right as the play gets started. He's going to call a false start on Woodford County. Another penalty on the Jackets.
Flag on the play.
And Dennis, I tell you what, right now, I don't know who the white hat is, but he is not on Dennis's Christmas list.
False start going against
Not at, I'm going to bet none of these guys in the stripes are on Dennis's list. Dennis has been more animated tonight than he has in the last 5 years.
Really? Wow.
He has been not happy with the officiating at all.
What started it tonight, do you think?
I think the first unsportsmanlike,
Okay.
and that was after the touchdown from to Amore Jr. I think that's what started. Don't know. They're going to call it 4th and 7. Coons back to throw, and he throws behind Rytar.
A little behind him.
He was expecting Rytar to go out, and Rytar came inside, and Great Crossing holds on downs. But again, their defense holds on downs, but it was a Woodford County penalty that hurt the Jackets. So it's 1st and 10 for Great Crossing. They'll have much better field position from their own 37-yard line with 8:14 to play in the third. Woodford County up 28-14.
Turning into a defensive battle here in the third quarter out of the gate here.
At least the start of it. I mean,
the first two series.
You know, Woodford helped Great Crossing there with that penalty, the dead ball penalty with the false start.
Well, we got 7 yards on the first run, and they couldn't get the 3 yards with the next 3 downs.
Well, Johnson gave up some ground. I've told all the young receivers that are out there, if you caught the ball at a certain spot, get it upfield as quick as possible. Don't give ground. They give it to Moody running on the jet sweep. And Holman fights off a tackle, but he gets 5, maybe 6, does Moody.
Handoff is to Moody.
Nice little play around.
Now, the biggest block of that has got to be the tackle on the side the play's going to. He's got to seal that outside, and it looked like the left tackle got a pretty good block on that. That would be 55. That'd be Carter Jones. They list him at the center, but he's playing left tackle right now.
Woodford County's got a stingy defense, though. They didn't get a first down. They got 4 more
2nd
yards
and
to
6. They're going long, and it's
oh man, that's close. That was close.
They're going to call pass interference on that, and I don't agree with that.
I thought they were both going for the ball.
But I also thought the receiver was falling down already.
Yeah. He didn't go through the receiver to get to the ball. He was kind of a wounded duck. It looked like it was anybody's ball to me.
Well, and here's the thing: if the ball is underthrown, they both have a right to that area.
Right.
Now the good news is for Woodford County, it doesn't go down to where the play happened. It goes back to the line of scrimmage and mark 15 off. But that's where people get confused with high school rules because everything goes back to the line of scrimmage except for holds and things in the backfield. If they're 10 yards behind, now you're getting penalized actually 20 yards.
Absolutely.
So it's 1st and 10 from the Woodford County 42 with 7:26 to play. Everybody in tight. They give it off to Ballard. Nope, fake it over the middle and dropped by Moody. He tried to run before he had it. And it didn't look like he had a clean catch, and he tried to catch it a second time. And when he tried to catch it a second time, he was trying to turn upfield, and the ball dropped. 2nd down and 10. Tyrone Sparks joining us here on the broadcast.
Well, it's great being in the booth tonight with the voice of Woodford County, a legend in doing this. And,
well,
it's a big treat for me to get a chance to sit down with him for a few minutes.
He uses that term legend, and it really just makes me cringe because the legend, unfortunately, is Matt Calvert.
That was a legend, no doubt, but you've done a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate that. They give it, nope, fake it. Across the middle to, I believe that's Johnson, and we have roughing the passer on McKee. Both officials in the backfield throw it. I'm telling you what, they are Woodford is being penalized humongously. I bet you we're approaching about 140 yards in penalty.
Well, hopefully we can turn this around here and get a grip and get back to playing the defense we've been playing all year.
Well, and again, I get really cringed when I mean, we have all these things going on in the preseason where the Cajun stuff that comes out with that mandate about we're going to stop this and stop that. And this is where I miss being down on the sidelines, or at least having somebody down on the sidelines that could, as a reporter, find out what they were talking about and how they came to that ruling. If the officiating crew will tell you. You have some officiating crews don't think they need to talk to anybody.
Right.
And, I usually had a pretty good rapport with what now is the mayor of Georgetown, Bernie Jenkins. His crew usually, he talked.
He bobbled the ball. Are they going to call a touchdown?
We got another flag, I think, don't we? Do we have another flag in the end zone? No. Yeah, he's second down and 10.
Yeah, he trapped the ball in the end zone.
Should have caught it. But Woodford County right now being their own worst enemy. Again, we have to get this under control, because if they don't, you get in a game with teams like Collins, South Oldham, Scott County, even Anderson County in your district. You're going to put yourself in situations that you don't need to be in. You better get this under control.
You've seen many games, so you know exactly what you're talking about.
They bring Campbell in motion. They give it off to Ballard, running left. That's a hold, and nobody. I mean, my goodness gracious. Ballard gets around the right corner. What do you have to do to get a hold?
Yeah, they were definitely holding.
Yeah, DeMarcus Jones had gotten penetration. I didn't see the lineman. He had him up around his neck. And there had to be some,
Yeah, they've done the same play down here tonight in the first half going around the end.
And Woodford's, here's the other thing that Woodford's got to remember too. They are getting a reputation for being a team that's going to be penalized heavily. And you don't think officiating crews talk? They do.
Oh, yeah.
3rd and 6. Ballard to the right of Rock. Rock back to throw. Throws on the out off the hands of Campbell. It'll be 4th and 6.
That was a good break right there for Woodford County.
Big break.
He was wide open.
And he was open, and he had a linebacker covering him. And I don't know if Rock put it too far out in front of him or if Campbell took a peek to where he was going to run.
Right. Looked like the receiver took his eye off the ball there.
His head moved a little bit, so, that could have been the issue. I don't know. But those are ones that, when you look back at Great Crossing, you say, hey, I missed this play. Well,
I thought they might go for a field goal, but it looks like they're going to go for it.
Well, with 6:44 to play, you're 2 scores down. You'll still be 2 scores down even with the field goal.
That's true.
Here we go. 4th and 6 from the Woodford County 17.
Let's try not to get a penalty on this.
Rock rolls left.
Get him.
In trouble. Hit as he throws. And it's incomplete.
Nope, there's no flags out there.
Nope.
Man.
Kingston Dumas was the yellow jacket that hit Rock as he threw the football.
The Yellowjackets will take over on their own 17-yard line.
Now, the only thing I can think of with the roughing the passer earlier was maybe McKee hitting helmet to helmet. That's the only thing I could think of.
Okay.
But I didn't really see a hit. That was possibly the thing. But Woodford's got the football now at their own 17, leading 28-14. They give it off to Tomlin, running left. And there's a helmet-to-helmet contact.
He's got him around the throat there, helmet to helmet.
Yeah, well, the second guy that came in led with the crown of his helmet. That's not good, a loss of a couple. We ran into the short side of the field.
Yeah.
And lost 5 on the play. So it's 2nd down and 15.
You don't want to dig a hole down here this early in the,
in the third quarter, yeah.
Trying to keep the field advantage is important.
Well, this play doesn't get off to a good start. Coons came almost all the way to the sideline and had extended both hands like, what? Like he's not understanding the play. Here it is, 2nd down and 15. Tomlin in the pistol formation behind Coons.
He's going deep.
Coons looking deep. He has Jalen Johnson out there, but Campbell on him, and it's incomplete.
Campbell, a little number 2, is pretty quick for.
He is. But I tell you what, if Reitar just cuts his route off, there was not a white shirt within 25 yards of him. 2 went with Johnson. It's 3rd and 15.
Yep.
Bring up 3rd down.
Now, Coons being a first-year starter sometimes locks in on one receiver. His first read.
That's pretty natural probably for a young quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Now, he played a little bit. He's a junior, but he played a little bit.
Okay.
But he basically was behind Nason for half a year and then for a year and a half behind.
He's been paying his dues.
Wertzler, right. Coons back to throw. Has Tomlin. Tomlin gives up ground. Still on his feet, and will get close to the first down.
Boy.
I think he's going to be a yard shy.
He carried 3 of them there.
Somebody for Great Crossing hit him in the back and knocked him forward.
Yes, got another yard out of it.
And now he's a yard shy. Let's see what Dennis does here.
Man, is he going to go for it?
Yeah, looks like he's going for it. He's brought in a couple of extra blockers. Centers is going to be 1 tight end. The other tight end is going to be number 32 for Woodford County. And, of course, I don't have him on my roster right now.
There he goes. He got it.
That's Goins.
He's gone. There he goes.
Greg Goins. And, boy, Tomlin just – is he a brute?
Oh, he's tough. He got to the outside, made that cut, and he was gone there.
3 years. 3 years. Did you watch him in the 8th grade championship game 3 years ago at LCA, Tyrone?
Did not. I heard about it.
Oh, like I said, I told Grant in the first half, he ran 100 yards, probably get a 50-yard, but it was the most electrifying touchdown you'd ever seen at the middle school level.
Wow.
1st and 10, Woodford County from their own 37. Coons back to throw. Across the middle, off the hands of Johnson. And that was a good throw by Coons.
I think it got tipped.
May have gotten tipped right at the last minute by number 12.
Right. Yep.
Nope, it's 22. That is Tyler Mullenix for Great Crossing. Second down and 10.
If that hadn't gotten tipped, that would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, it looked like it just off the
might have got
the
tipped.
direction just
The ball
bit.
looked like it moved a little bit before he got it.
But Johnson,
What year is Johnson?
he's a junior.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of
No,
good-
Johnson might be a senior. Hold on, let me see.
Okay. Number 7.
Yeah, Johnson's a senior.
Okay.
Rydar's a junior. David Jones is a junior. Joyner's a junior. Hodge is a junior. Coons is a junior. I mean, they're loaded. Down goes, is that Tomlin again?
He lost some yards on that one.
Nope, that's Aiden Powell.
Looked like he lost 3 on that, maybe 4.
And again, we have a Warhawk and Jalen Johnson tangled up inside the Woodford County bench again.
Well, we're eating the clock up right now. We're down to 4:40 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, well, we're again putting ourselves in situations that we don't need to be in, because here's the thing. If you play against teams like Scott County, they're going to eat up the clock because they run the football a lot. You got to be able to – we've shown propensity not to tackle very well on running backs.
Right.
Tonight we're going too high on the guy that likes to run.
You know Scott County will look at that film.
Oh, yeah. They throw down the middle of the field to Joyner, goes through his hands. Had him wide open. And Joyner just couldn't come up with it. 4th and 15 now, and Woodford's going to punt it.
Yep. Well, down to 4:14 the 3rd quarter, 28-14, Woodford County leading Great Crossing.
And field position has shifted here in this quarter due to Woodford County mental mistakes, penalties.
Yeah.
Drop passes, missed assignments, blocking right now. We're as well as they played in the first half. We're now seeing some mental mistakes from Woodford, and you can't do that.
No.
Against, and no offense to Great Crossing, but better ball clubs that are down the line. McKee line drive punt. It'll hit at the 35. Skip up to Campbell. That's a block in the back. They're not going to call it either. Yep, they are going to call it.
Took him a while.
Yeah, well, they couldn't find his flag.
Oh, is that what it was?
Here's the thing with the officials' pants these days. They have a pocket.
Yeah.
Okay, on the back side of the pants. Every official tucks it in the waistband of their pants.
Really?
I saw one in a college game last Saturday. The official literally had to stick his hands down his pants because it fell down
Really?
in his pants.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about that?
I mean, somebody needs to teach the officials, hey, God made pockets for a reason.
You're right. He really struggled to get that flag
Yeah,
out of there, didn't
he couldn't get to it.
Well, it looks like Woodford County's
Well, they got a penalty there on Great Crossing.
Yeah.
It was an illegal block in the back of 5-yard
take
penalty.
them all the way down to, what, the 17?
18, yes. Nose of the ball is going to be on the 18. 4 minutes exactly in this quarter. Woodford County right now holding on to that 28-14 lead. And theoretically, I mean, if Woodford comes out and takes care of business and keeps their mental sharpness, this lead may have increased.
Yep.
Rock gives it off to Ballard. He breaks
Good
tackles. You're not going to tackle this guy with arms. You got to bring your shoulder. You got to throw your legs out. If you don't, you're in trouble.
Yeah, that was a big run. He got about 15 on that.
Yep.
Zion Brown and Christopher Reed Jr. in on the tackle, but not after a big gain.
Woodford County now giving up chunks of yardage running the football. And, I mean, as good a running back as Ballard is,
Right.
we're going to face better running backs down our schedule.
Yeah, we got some good teams coming up, don't
Oh,
we?
yeah. Rock in trouble. He skips the first guy, but then gets drilled.
Who do you think is top
Elias
two?
Tackett.
Who's the top 2 teams we got coming up on the schedule?
In the next 3 weeks?
Yeah. Next 3 or 4 weeks.
Tackle is by Elias Tackett.
Well, next week's no cakewalk. You got Mumford out of Tennessee.
Okay.
That'll bring up second
The
down.
week after that, you're going to Florida to take on Heritage Palm Beach.
Really?
Yeah, buddy.
Are they-
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we can win, hopefully get to this one and the next one, and then go down
We could be
there.
4-0 going down to Florida. It'll be second down and 11 for Great Crossing. They give it off to Ballard again, running left. He'll be swarmed under by a group of Yellowjackets. And we get a flag on the play and a whole lot of
I
pushing
think that
again.
was a face mask or something. Looked like he grabbed his helmet.
Well, the linesman over here, he didn't throw a flag, and he felt out of it, so running in, he throws the flag up. Every official on the field threw a flag.
Yep. They found a way to get those flags out, didn't they?
Oh, boy. Now, I think we're going to have a personal foul on both teams.
Okay.
Now, I say that and watch them make a fool of me. They'll call it on one team or the other. But I really, truly, honestly think it's going to be offsetting. Personal foul. Personal foul. Told you.
Yep. Offsetting.
And here's the thing.
That offsetting
That's because there's 5 guys on the field.
on both teams.
5 guys threw a flag.
Ball is spotted on the 34-yard
4 of the 5, 2 had it one way, 2 had it the other way, and the 5th one goes, oh.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm jokingly saying that, but I'll guarantee you one of the 5 said, I don't know. And so now it's offsetting.
That must be why we have 3 officials in basketball, I guess, so they don't. It's odd.
Sometimes. It's supposed to make it easier on them to see, but not necessarily 100% true. It'll be third down and about 7 now for Great Crossing from their own 39. That's one of those calls there that you get a whole lot of pushing and shoving after a play like that. 9 times out of 10, the officials are going to call it offsetting.
Big opportunity for Woodford County here to
Get off the field with 2.5 to play.
6 right here with 2:29 to play in the third quarter.
Rock to throw, gets hit.
Good hit.
Ball comes loose, picked up by the lineman for Great Crossing.
They lost a bunch of yards on that.
And the official did not say that his arm was coming forward, so it is a loss of about 12 on the play. It'll be 4th and a country mile.
Looks like the Woodford County defense stepped up again tonight.
That was a blitz coming, and McKee came free from his thunder. Oh, it was a fumble recovered by Woodford County, wasn't it? Nope. Great Crossing did. 4th, and like I said, about 27.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be punting here.
The lineman that picked it up for Great Crossing was number 52. That was Titus Smith. This one comes down. It hits at the Woodford County 40, or the Great Crossing 45, and will roll dead at the Woodford County 46.
Looks like Woodford's going to have pretty good field position.
Great field position. 22-yard punt off the right toe of Tapple.
That ball hit the ground and went back the other way, went the wrong way for Great Crossing.
And we'll keep Tyrone for the next minute 57, and we'll have Grant join us back. Appreciate you joining us here in the third quarter.
No, it's been fun.
Of course, if I know Grant, he was down there politicking.
You kept me out of some work, I think. I'd have to help put the chairs back
Tear
up.
down?
There. So,
well, who's the boss over there right now? Is it the Tippets?
Probably Nancy Duncan.
Oh, well, you might be in major trouble.
I may be in trouble tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe.
She does good work.
Maybe big trouble. They give it off to Tomlin, running right. Breaks the tackle at the 50 and falls forward to the Great Crossing 48-yard line.
See, Darren, I know how to get out of that trouble. I'm just going to blame you.
Oh, I get blamed for a lot of stuff anyway.
I see Mom over there smiling. She knows that.
Yep. Kelly. Well, Kelly's a whole lot like my mother, and she takes that as a compliment. So she says that to everybody I say.
That's what I tell my wife. She's my mama too. So.
Yeah, this one's a whole lot like Mama Gail. I mean,
really?
she's old man. Yeah. And I realized that from day one. She said something in the car on our date, and I went, oh, God. They throw out in the flat. That's Rytar. He catches it, and he's going to be knocked down. They're going to give him the forward progress to the 46-yard line of Great Crossing.
If they were going to give him that forward progress on that play.
It'll be third down. Joel Johnson on the tackle. He's going to be third and a long 4. We're under a minute to play in the third quarter. Score still the same as it was at halftime. Throws out to Rytar, catches it, breaks a tackle, gets inside, breaks another one.
Wow.
Still on his feet, breaks a third tackle, and is going to be lifted up and body slammed out of bounds.
Yeah, at the 21-yard line, looks like.
Great play by for Rytar, and he gets down inside the 25 to about the 21-yard line, I believe.
He put a lot of effort into that run, didn't he?
Rytar, 5'10", 160, and a junior.
Well, he broke 3 tackles on that play, didn't he?
Broke 3 tackles. They're going to give him the 26.
Okay.
We have a flag on the play. Is it on Woodford again?
Looks like it. Something happened after the play.
Man, I am telling you what. A block in the back. It's still a first down for Woodford County. Here's my problem. Every flag that has come after something has been on that far side.
Their coach over there is making.
He is working them up. I mean, Coach Bowling was always a politician on the field when he played at Union College. Now it's Union Commonwealth. Can't get used to saying that.
Did they change?
They changed the name about 2 or 3 years ago to Union Commonwealth.
I did not know that.
Well, it was always Bulldogs still.
That's
they were
Coach
always getting confused with Union University down in Tennessee.
Okay. That's
So they decided to change it.
Coach Ed Stepp.
Coach Stepp played down there.
Yeah.
So did Don Lane.
Did Bill Hill play there too?
I don't know. I know Coach Don Lane did. Tomlin running right again. Slammed down and a flag late. And this comes
that was a face mask.
They call this the center official. Now, folks, let me tell you where the center official, blocking the back again, holding it.
Wow.
Let me tell you about the center official. The center official is where the umpire is what the umpire used to be. You're not leaving on me, are you? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to get you the fourth quarter. And I didn't know James K was up here. I got my back turned to these two guys. This is dangerous with these two guys. With my back turned. Woodford County gets called for a hold now. And Dennis Johnson is absolutely livid. Now the official. Here's the thing. I have seen coaches for Great Crossing on the field. Dennis comes out on the field to ask a question, and the officials are moving him back. Both sides got to be doing this.
Right.
Both sides got to be. But again, Coons back to throw. Throws out over the head of Rytar. Incomplete. That thing had some heat on it, too. 17.1 seconds play. It's second down and 20. Now, the problem I have, if you're going to keep one coach off the field, you got to keep both coaching staffs off the field.
Is that what they're not doing, or just keeping?
Well, I've seen multiple coaches from Great Crossing out, and I've seen multiple coaches for Woodford. If you're going to push Woodford back, you got to push the other guys back.
Yep.
There's where the inconsistency comes to me. Right. I really, now Woodford's getting this reputation, like I told Grant. They're getting a reputation for getting heavily penalized. And you think, I'm telling you, They will talk. Here's Grayson Hot. There's that move. Oh, my.
Wow, what a move.
And then he runs over a guy, gets inside the 25 to about the 20-yard line.
That was a great run. Great catch, good throw. Good run.
And Grayson Hodge, are you ready for this, guys? 5'8", 165.
Seriously, it looks bigger than that to me.
That run made him look bigger, didn't it?
Yeah.
1st and 10, Woodford County from the Warhawks. That's the end of the third quarter. Tyrone,
Enjoyed
thank
it.
you,
Thanks.
sir.
Appreciate you, man. It's a awesome opportunity to get to be with you tonight, and I appreciate you putting me on here for a second.
Well, I was the first one, the first interview he had on his
Growth Mindset of
Growth
the Champion
Mindset
podcast.
of the Champion.
You were, man. You were the first one, and the thing is taking off pretty good now. We got 30,000 people listening.
I feel like I'm not doing real good because you had Bob Kane on there. I feel way under that.
You got it started, brother. You hit a home run on the
well,
first
thank
one.
you. I appreciate it.
We
Tyrone
appreciate you,
Sparks,
brother.
thank you,
man.
Tyrone Sparks joining us here. It's Woodford County 28, Great Crossing 14 after 3 quarters of play. Back with more on the Yellowjackets Sports Network. I want to talk about Woodford County Public Schools, where kids win. I'm telling you what, folks, they have this Portrait of a Learner. It is a wonderful program. 5 competencies, Grant. I don't know if you heard this before. 5 competencies by Woodford County Public Schools. A resilient learner, a empathetic communicator, a reflective collaborator, a responsible contributor, and a creative problem solver. Now, I would fall into that last one because you can ask Kelly. I'm as creative with coming up with stuff as humanly possible. It's 1st and 10, Woodford County from their own, from the Great Crossing 21-yard line, throwing for the end zone, incomplete. Now, there was a lot of contact, and we have a great Warhawk injured in the end zone, and that is Campbell again. He's down on his all fours. He was on flat on his face, and now he's slowly getting up to a kneeling position.
Risky throw.
Yep.
Up 28-14, but
And Grayson Coach Dennis Johnson is asking the officials, how come that's not pass interference?
we just want consistency.
And Dennis is trying to, and it's like a basketball coach. A basketball coach may argue a call that you know is the right call. However, you may get a call later on down the floor. Here in football, you got to stay on these guys because you got 5 guys trying to keep track of 22 guys. Now, when it gets to district play, we may see 7 officials on the football field for a high school game. That's what I think schools can do. And it looks like a cramp again with Campbell.
I think he's cramping in that right calf.
And I tell you, I can empathize big time because there was one night, it was after practice. And it might have been that practice I was talking about when your dad decided he was going to discipline us, which he probably should have because we beat Shelby County earlier in the year by 30 at our place. Go down there and we get back up 5. And he brought us back up, and it was – so I'm laying in the bed, and I get double cramps. I get them in both hamstrings. And I'm laid out like a board. And I'm screaming from my bedroom at my parents. Mom's giggling like a little hyena. Dad is going, get up and walk, boy, get up and walk. And I'm like, if I could get up and walk, I wouldn't be hollering at you guys. And they came in, and I looked like an iron board. I was straight out with those legs, and it was awful. So I can sympathize big time with Campbell there. I mean, once you get a cramp, it continues to come back. 2nd down and 10. Coons back to throw. Throws on a little stop route. That's a new guy. Is that Joyner? That is Joyner, number 5. Thought Armani had his catch down here on a go route. Just went through his hands.
Went right through his hands.
It's 1st and goal for Woodford County from the 7-yard line of Great Crossing with 11:39 and the clock moving. Coons back to throw. Throws. Caught, and that's Joyner again. And Joyner with I believe his 2nd touchdown catch of the year. And that was just a little stop and kind of a curl around the defender. And that's a junior who has played a lot of football in his first 2+ years. Going against a sophomore, he's probably in his first year on the field of varsity action. That is one of those that's really tough to deal with. So it's 34-14 Woodford County now. And again, Woodford County has been their own worst enemy with certain things tonight. There's a young man I can't wait to see him on the field and catch some passes. Number 80, that is Zach Weiss. He's a freshman, 6'2", about 185. In the inter-squad scrimmage, he ran some tremendous routes and made a one-handed catch. And he is something else.
Number 80?
Yeah, number 80. I mean, a good look. We've got a bunch of good-looking athletes on this team. I'm telling you, they are. 35. I know. I'm getting lectured over here. I told you.
The boss is not
Mama Gail over here not happy.
The boss is not
Yeah. Well, Rusty Parks and Joe Carr, Sr., gave my mother a moniker because she was at every wrestling match. She always oversaw the hospitality room at the WCI. And no coaches messed with her. I mean, even out of town coaches did mess with her. Call her Mama Jacket. Well, when Mom passed away in 2007, Woodford County and Coach Parks and Coach Carr, I did the PA for both days of the tournament, the complete tournament. The only time we took a break was when the PA man had to go to the bathroom or got hungry. But they set a chair where my mother would sit right next to the PA announce table and put Mama Jacket on it. And I lost it. I lost it. But, you know, those are the kinds of things. These are the stories I can remember. Somebody tells me I need to write a book. I can't write a book. I'll let Kelly be the ghostwriter. 35-14. Wolf kicks off. It'll come down to – that's a new guy there. Boy, nice little shifty moves by him. Let's see who that is. Number 15. Now I can't find the daggone Christian Warren on the return. Warren, I knew I put my Great Crossing roster over there. My place looks like a cluttered mess. But if Matt Calvert's up in his booth, he'd have things either on that wall or this wall, wherever he was sitting, and it would all be up there where he could find it.
Doesn't surprise me.
No, he was organized as all get out. But I saw him one time. He was the editor, sports editor of the Woodford Sun for a number of years. He was calling the play-by-play, writing it down, taking pictures.
Wow.
Yes, he did.
Doesn't surprise me.
No. They pitch it to Ballard, running right, and he's straightened up after a gain of a couple. Well, I can see why Ballard coming into tonight was averaging 171 yards a game. Carried the ball already 43 times in 2 games.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he was the leading rusher for the state
Probably.
last year.
Probably. He got a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. I'm giving up on keeping the yardage here on the scoreboard. I'm lucky enough to keep the score.
I'm actually impressed.
One of these days I'm going to be able to have somebody control this and have Kelly run the camera and me just sit over here and talk.
Right.
That's what I do best.
Which you can do.
That's what I do best. Your dad gave me my first detention for talking in class in middle school.
Probably wasn't your last.
Health class. I didn't get too many times. I was afraid I had to go home. They give it to Moody on the jet sweep, a flag behind the play, and I think they're going to get Warren for a block in the back or maybe a hold. He got a couple.
Brought down by Zion Brown.
Zion Brown again on the tackle. Zion is not built like his dad. He is tall and thin and wiry, but he is a stout wiry.
The opposite of his father.
Yeah, his dad was burly and always was burly, still is. I looked at him and I said, man, Matt, where'd all that gray hair come from? And, of course, in typical Matt Brown fashion, he looks at me and goes, somebody named Douglas who was my coach. I was like, okay.
It's your fault.
Yep, my fault. Loss of 10 on the play on the penalty. It'll be 2nd down and 19. 10:22 to play in the ball game. Woodford County on top, 35-14. Jackets at home again for the third straight week next week when they play the Cougars of Mumford High School out of Mumford, Tennessee. And somebody asked me where it was. It's just about 100 miles east of Knoxville.
Is that a good program? Historic?
They finished 9-3 last year.
Okay.
That third loss came in the playoffs. So I think the eventual state champ in their class. Nice block to get Ballard around the corner. Then a nice cut. Another nice cut, and he's chased down from behind by Josiah McKee. But Moody got the first block to get him around the corner, and then I think it was Warren that got the second block that got him a few more yards, but he made a nice read of the block from Warren and cut it up inside for a gain of 22 yards and a first down to the Warhawk 48-yard line.
If the Warhawks aren't able to come back, it won't be a lack of effort
No.
from Ballard. Ballard just left it on the field today.
Well, I get a feeling he has done this throughout the first two games. This is and he ran very well against two other really good ball clubs. Woodford's right there with those Franklin County and Scott County. So, I mean, he's not. You hear the Greyhawks. Boy, Rock is taking a couple of pops, and that was from Jordan Holman.
I felt that one.
Yeah, I did too. You might have heard the and that was the great crossing crowd across the way. But I tell you what, Rock got right up from it.
He did.
I don't know what his nickname is, but I would come up with something like Granite. Huh?
I get it.
Huh?
As a Grant
Granite
myself,
Rock.
I appreciate
Granite
that.
Rock.
Yeah.
Or one of those really, really hard rocks. You can tell I paid attention in science class, right?
I wasn't going to go there, but
Boy, that just killed my biology teacher, too, Miss Finney.
I remember Miss Finney.
Yeah. Here's a screen set up to Ballard, and they set it up perfectly in the middle of the field. Open field tackle by Holman, but he'll get 10 and get the first down to the Woodford County 40. Give him 11 down to the 41-yard line.
Tackle is by Elias Tackett.
Tackett coming back from his Mike linebacker position to make the tackle.
Ball is spotted on the 41.
And boy, they set that middle screen up perfectly. If I'm on the Great Crossing schedule from this point forward, my sole defensive game plan is going to be on number 8.
I'm going to have 8 in box.
You got to slow him down because everything else goes around that. Now, Ballard is a senior, so good news, Woodford won't see him in Georgetown next year. But he is a stud. They fake it to the new guy into the lineup. That's Rock on the carry. He runs into his lineman.
Rock on the keeper.
And Campbell ties it up again with Christopher Reed and has something to say to Reed as Reed gets restrained by, I believe, Jordan Holman.
Campbell's been around all game.
When there's been some kind of little verbal thing when Great Crossing has the ball, he's been involved somewhere.
He's been involved.
You know, and I will say this for Woodford, they have fallen right into it. The guy I mentioned, Jordan Holman, that wasn't Holman that calmed Christopher Reed down. That was Neo Jones.
Okay.
They grabbed him and said, hold on, fella. We need you. Rock back to throw. Throws on the slant to Warren. Dropped it.
That was a touchdown.
That was 6. We have a flag on the play, and where is that flag? Going to call defensive holding, or are they going to call not enough men on the line of scrimmage again? Let's see what they've got. It's the linesman here on this side that threw the flag. This could be 3rd and 7, or, 3rd and, it's an ineligible receiver downfield. One of the linemen got excited and ran down too far. Now, they have a 3-yard box they can go in.
I thought so.
But that lineman evidently was further than that 3 yards down the field. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 2nd down and 12 now. I didn't look down tonight and see. It is a blackout, and we have a nice crowd for the student body tonight, too. And they've been vocal all night.
You know, as an alum, to come back and see this environment, it definitely makes you proud, and to know Coach Johnson's done a really good job of building this program.
You need to come back during playoff time. It gets even better. Oh, my goodness.
Sure, I'm here.
Second down, 12. Ballard to the left of Rock. They give it to, nope, Rock keeps it running this way. Cuts it back up. We get a flag, and I think we have a hold. He breaks a tackle, gets inside the 25, maybe down to the 24-yard line, but I think it's coming back. Yep, holding. I think they got the big left tackle, and he's kind of like Clark Bugg, not hard to find, or Carson Bugg, not hard to find. He goes about 6'5". Either that or the linemen next to him are all shorter, much shorter.
I think you were right.
I think he's about 6'5".
I think he's huge.
And he's kind of standing out there. I mean, when you get a hold of a defender, you're not going to hide very much, especially if you're a tackle.
Right.
Because there's usually nobody on the outside close to you unless they put a tight end there. That's why I was glad I was always skinny when I played football. I played receiver, running back, or quarterback. That was it.
You don't want to be down there with the big uglies.
Do you want to be down there with those guys? Of course, I really show my age when I, talk about a St. Louis Cardinal for football. A guy by the name of Conrad Dobler got voted as the all-time dirtiest player in NFL history. They give it off to Ballard, and this time he stopped for maybe no gain. It'll be third and about 20. And the thing about that, most of the people that voted were defenders. And Lyle Alzado, who was known as a dirty player too, where he played for the Raiders, was one of them that said he bit him.
So he's
underneath.
dirtier than him.
Yeah. Said Lyle Alzado got his finger bit by Dobler.
Wow.
Alzado wasn't wrapped too tight either, so.
You need a few of those on a good team.
You do, and the Raiders had that. They have it that mystique coming back to them now, where they are a team that's feared for that kind of stuff. Rock gets hit again as he throws, and it's going to flutter incomplete.
I give Rock credit for standing in the pocket and taking these hits.
And that may have been, I think Gilliam may have hurt his shoulder. He probably got maybe a stinger. That's a stinger because he's at least moving that arm a little bit. But, boy, that stinger, I've had one. That hurts. That hurts.
I can feel it now. I can just talk about it.
Well, and they talk about stingers. But somebody asked, why didn't Darian Tomlin play last year? Because he had a knee injury later in the year. But he was having trouble staying healthy early because he got turf toe in the first game, got stepped on. Those things are hard to get over because you're walking all the time. Bad snap. Tapple keeps his composure, kicks it away from Grayson Hodge. It'll hit at the 20, hit and goes inside the 10, and will roll dead at the 1 or 2 yard line.
After a terrible snap, that turned out to be a great punt for Great Crossing.
And he kept his composure. It's a 47-yard punt. It'll be dropped at the 1. We have a flag on the play, do we? I don't see it anywhere. I don't see the flag anywhere, do you?
I don't. I just see the refs conversating on something. 3
of them. I went to a high school football game and a convention broke out of
There's
zebras.
The flag. There's your flag.
What are they going to call? Is it too many men on the field for somebody?
Wow.
Illegal procedure is the call.
Okay, I don't know what that's about unless they had not enough men on the line of scrimmage. The linesman couldn't get his flag out of the waistband of his pants again. He threw the flag. The line of scrimmage was at the 45 of Great Crossing. The problem with that is the flag was thrown at the 30 of Woodford. That is 25 yards later.
They're still trying to figure it all out, I think.
Well, now they're trying to figure out where the box goes because the linesman went down to mark the football, and they lost track of where the ball was spotted. It's going to be 4th and 20. I do know that.
I thought on that call you blow the whistle when it happened so the play wouldn't even.
Well, the only thing I can think of, they're going to call it a legal procedure. If they let it play through, it was probably not enough men on the line.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where that would, now the illegal procedure happens pre-snap.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of. And again, this is where I miss somebody down on the sidelines.
Right. Maybe the next game I do, I'll be your side.
There you go. Well, I got to come up with a wireless mic. Mine, after 25 years, kicked the bucket finally. It had taken a lot of blows on the field.
I'm sure.
First time the White Hat has come over and talked to Dennis Johnson all night long. Now they're trying to figure out where the chains go.
Looks like they're asking the coaches up here in the box.
They're asking the coaches now. Now I don't know. Some coaches up in the box will write down where the yard line, the play starts. Now I don't know if they've done that down here. Matt Calvert could tell them.
Matt Calvert, Coach Calvert.
Yep, I can't do it simply because there's nobody. I'm serious. Remember the first time I saw him doing it in the press box, he was keeping the play-by-play, in other words, writing down yard play gained.
And on the mic.
And
photos.
Taking photos from the press box.
Heck of a guy. Full circle, his daughter ended up being the manager for me when I was coaching middle school basketball at Woodford County.
Oh, Summer?
Yeah.
Summer. I tell you what, Summer's listening tonight too, by the way, along with her mom, Sheila. Summer is now a mother, and her daughter is already a year old.
Wow. That
Maddie.
definitely makes me feel old.
That does make me feel old. And every story I told at Mac's funeral, Summer was right in my line of view and smiling, going, I remember that trip. You're right.
She's a great kid.
She is.
A mother now.
But
Sorry.
mother, yeah.
Mother.
She's not a kid. She's, I guess, good grief. I don't know. I'm not going to say her age on the air, but
she went to UT, I believe, college.
I don't know where she went to school. I can't remember. But she's a nurse, just like her mom, and her sister, Katie. 4th and 26 now. Tapple will punt it again. This one will hit. Hodge thought about picking it up, and he's still considering picking it up, and he bluffs it, and no. Grayson Hodge back there reminds me, and if Jeff Pecora, Channel 36, is listening, he played with this guy. You're too young to remember him. There was a guy, he went about 5'8", 180, 185 pounds, maybe not even that heavy, named Mike Saganos. He became no fair catch Mike Saganos because he would never call for a fair catch. He called for a fair catch one time. One of the opposing teams, I can't remember who it was because they were telling the story the other day, said only sissies call fair catches. He never called another fair catch in his career. Kind of like Derek Abney, too. The only way Derek Abney would call one in his career at UK was if the coaching staff said, fair catch it.
Better do it.
Yep. Tomlin, big hole left side. Cuts it outside. Gets a block from Johnson.
Face mask.
And going to be 15 more on after a face mask. But, boy, that shows you Tomlin's ability to run away, hit the hole, then set up the block. And he set up the block from Jalen Johnson just then. Nice block from Jalen Johnson. Give him 36 yards on the carry. We'll tack 15 more on. And with 5:56 to play, Woodford County will be inside Great Crossing territory by the time they're done at the 27-yard line.
A lot of college coaches will really appreciate that, setting up the blocks.
Yeah.
It's something that a lot of kids coming into college don't know how to
Don't
do.
know. They give it off. This is Aiden Powell. Big hole up the middle. He busted down inside the 20 to about the 19-yard. Nope, give him the 18. 9 yards. Primus on the tackle for Great Crossing. Powell hadn't been featured tonight as much as he was last week. He was the leading ball carrier last week against Harvest Prep with 51 yards. Second down and 1. Coons gives it off to Powell again. He bangs it down inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Woodford County from the Great Crossing 13-yard line.
As you mentioned earlier, with such a tough schedule, isn't it great to see the depth Woodford County has to see where they will be at the end of the year, to make sure, their legs are still fresh, you'll fight through injuries.
I think they'll go about 8 or 9 deep on the offensive line as well.
Oh, wow.
And they don't lose size.
Yeah.
The big thing that got into Woodford County last year, they finished 10-2, was injuries in the offensive line. This is Powell again. He gets down inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line, giving 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 with 4:35, the clock moving. Woodford County on top 35-14. They will move to 3-0. They have a huge game next week with a team from Tennessee. Everybody knows about Tennessee high school football. So it's going to be another tough one, and I'm going to encourage all fans not to get here late like the LA Dodger crowd. Get here early, enjoy yourself for the pregame, and then get on down. They give it on a stretch play to Powell, cuts it inside of the block, and he'll go in standing up for the touchdown. And it's 41-14, Woodford County. And the big guy that made the block, that was Caleb Cottle. But the guy that gave him the block that he set up and then cut off the backside of it was Beecham Robbins. Now, I coached Beecham's dad as well in middle school. His dad was never this big. 6'2", 250 and a junior.
Goodness.
I told you
and
they're just as big
block.
off the line.
That was a great block,
Yep.
and the running back set it up, made the cut.
Of course, backups are like this. Cody Batista, 5'8", junior, 270. Marcus Johnson, 5'11", 245, and a junior. Max Excaloni, 6'2", 245, and a sophomore. And then Jack Garrison, 6'2", 315, and a freshman.
6'2", 315 freshman.
The kick is up and good by Urbina, and it's 42-14 Woodford County with 4:02 to play. Now, Great Crossing is going to fall to 0-3, but they have not lost to a weak sister at all.
Not at all.
They lost to Franklin County, who is probably going to be 3-0 after tonight. Scott County, who may or may not be 3-0. They've got an 0-2 Bowling Green team tonight in town. Bowling Green is 0-2, but they ain't played anybody weak either. I learned today that this year will be the final year that Kevin Wallace will be coaching high school football. He's going to retire.
Finally.
Final year is what he says. He's at St. X now, but he spent a lot of time down at Bowling Green.
When I was at WKU, it was a joy to get to watch those guys win a few state championships, and
they're good. They were good.
I mean, he had a machine going down there.
Oh, yeah,
a lot
he
like
did.
what Coach Johnson's doing here.
Well, Woodford County leads at 42-14. Now, it's going to look like Woodford County is dominated, which they have, but there are a whole lot of things they can clear up.
Oh, I don't even want to look at the yardage for penalties.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't want to be in film tomorrow or Sunday, whenever they have that. That is not good. Johnson will be deep, along with Warren, I think, for Great Crossing. Warren bobbles it again, bobbles it some more, and he's knocked down.
That was a bit of a soccer slide there.
Yeah, it looked like that was Jalen McKinney trying to avoid hitting him. And Warren just tripped over his foot trying to avoid him.
Warren picks up the kick off slide tackle.
Tim Goins, PA announcer, said a slide tackle. That's exactly what it was, but he was trying to avoid hitting Warren as Warren was going down. He didn't want to be called for a personal foul. I think he's paying attention on the sidelines, listening to the coaches talk to the rest of the guys. I'd bet you. 1st and 10, Woodford County, or Great Crossing from their 8-yard line. fourth quarter. Woodford County in charge of this one, and it's been, pretty much the story of the year for Great Crossing. Close for about 2 quarters or so. Ballard in trouble. He's just going to go down at the 1.
Handoff is to Ballard. Brought down close to the end zone.
He's going to be right inside the 1. That's a loss of about 7. Elias Tackett and McKee on the tackle. Tackett was the first one there, and that was on a blitz.
You better believe they're going for a safety here.
Well, they're up 28 with 3.5 to play. If they can get a safety, that puts them up 30, but where the clock doesn't stop at all, it's 35. Twins to both sides. They give it off to Ballard. He finds a hole somewhere in there. I don't know how in the world he squirted through that hole. Wasn't a big one at all, and he gets out back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10.
He has the ability to find any open area on the field.
Well, good running backs do that.
Right.
Good running backs do that, and that was coming right at us as we sit here in the press box, and there wasn't a very big hole at all.
No.
And then all of a sudden he squirts through it. 2:42 and the clock moving. Woodford County will be 3-0 heading into the game next week against Mumford. And everybody jumps. Everybody jumps. Great Crossing turn around and say, well, now Ballard, who has been delivering some blows, he got kind of a bump from DeMarcos Jones, but I think they're going to call offsides on deep. Nope, they're going to call a false start on Great Crossing. So it's half the distance to the goal, so it'll be 3rd and 14. I didn't see anybody on the offensive line move. Maybe somebody flinched.
I'm going to go with that.
Maybe. Maybe in a little head bob. I didn't see anything happen. I just saw a couple of Woodford County people invade the neutral zone. 3rd and 14 for Great Crossing from their own 4. They give it off to Ballard. Nope, Rock keeps it, and he's dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Now, that's the one thing that Rock brings as quarterback for Great Crossing that Penn does not. He's more of the running quarterback than Penn is. Although I saw in the highlights against Scott County last week, Penn was able to run the football on a couple of occasions, but I think Rock is more of the RPO guy.
I think so.
1:50 to play. Trapple will kick from his own end zone. His heels are on the back line. Bad snap, scooped up by Trapple. Kicks it out, comes down. And Champagne tried to pick it up, and he fumbled it away. And now Great Crossing will pick it up. Now, I don't know why they blew that dead unless they're calling it a muff. And that's the high school ruling, which I never get with a muffed fielded punt as opposed to a fumble. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. But a muff and a fumble are two different things, according to the brand. Now, they were asking if Woodford County touched the football. I think they did.
Great Crossing recovers.
Now, the back judge did not pick up a flag. He picked up a beanbag.
And the ball is going to be spotted on the...
And that may be why he had trouble earlier in the ballgame finding his flag. He got the beanbag on one side and the flag on the other, and he may have been reaching for the beanbag and not the flag. Now, the linesman going to the other side to explain why the ball is at the 42 and not at the 35. So it's 1st and 10. Great Crossing from the Woodford County 42 with 1:29 to play. They give it off to the running back. No, sir. He's going to lose 4.
The defensive line absolutely bum-rushed the offensive line on that play.
That was nothing doing for that line of scrimmage. It actually went backwards.
Is to Gomez.
I don't know who 51 is for Woodford County.
Immediately in the backfield, number 2, Jordan Holman.
Well, Holman was not. I didn't think he was there. Holman was there part of it, but the guy that was first there was 51. That was Hayden Smith. He's not hard to find either. 6'5", 265, and a senior. 51 in black, right on the nose. You got 265, 225 at the ends, and 265 at the nose. They give it off to the running back again. This is number 20, Yefeth Gomez, a sophomore.
Gomez, the ball carrier once again.
Whistles blow all over the place. 30 seconds to go. Coaching staff deciding whether they want to call timeout or not. They have all 3 timeouts left.
Number 36, Elias Tackett.
And he says, nope, we're going to just call it a night.
Not a bad
I
decision.
believe that was
Well, I mean, and here's the thing. He has, somewhat of a young team. I would not have blamed Coach Bowling to call timeout and do some coaching points. Hey, we're coaching. This game may be out of reach, but we're going to try to build you for next week and the week after that. Woodford County wins it here tonight, 42 to 14 over Great Crossing. They hold the Warhawks scoreless in the second half. But like I talked last week with Glenn Wilson, who did the color with us, Grant, and we talked briefly before we went on the air. Woodford, we scored 42 points tonight. We scored 47 in week 1. We scored 31 last week. But we have got to clean up these unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. We have to clean up these personal foul penalties. We have to understand that officials are going to call everything because of the mandate handed down by the KHSAA, because they are trying to clean up violent altercations in high school sports.
Sure.
I understand that. Some of the most watched videos, if you watch them on YouTube, are parents and coaches losing their mind on ball fields, players losing their minds on ball fields. You have to understand that eventually what's going to happen to you, are you going to wind up getting some issues where officials are going to talk to the next crew coming in to do your game. They are going to let them know, you got to watch this guy, you got to watch this guy, you got to watch this team doing this. They're going to talk about it. So not trying to be mean or hateful, but you have to make sure that you clean these up, because these games coming down the road, I mean, all these games are building up to that district game against South Oldham. Now, I'm going to tell you now, those teams are going to see this.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to watch the film. They're going to understand, okay, you can talk some trash to Woodford, they're going to overreact.
Right.
So not trying to be critical, just making an observation here tonight. And you being an alum, but you being more of a, what people would call an innocent onlooker. What are your thoughts? I mean,
Well, I mean, and you said it so great, but you don't want to get down this stretch of a season and it be a penalty or some bonehead play that pushes your team back and now you got a loss. And I think if they can clean these things up early in the season, because you're right, I think KHSAA is doing something for the positive, but you want to make sure your team and the coaches understand that this is how it's going to be. And as we move further in the year, we cannot make those same mistakes.
right. And that's going to be that's going to be, I think, the coaching point for Dennis Johnson and his ball club as we go down the road. Guys, I want us to fly around and play aggressively and fly to the football and do this and do that, but we have to control it.
Right.
There is such a thing as called controlled aggression. And I think that would be the best thing if Woodford can just get that together. I mean, they've got some talent. We've got some guys that are weapons. We've seen Tomlin. We've seen Powell. We got the right arm of Coons. We have a bevy of receivers that can go get it. We got some nice size in the line. But again, this game that people don't realize about football. It is a physical game, but 90%. I can't remember the Hall of Famer that said it. He said 90% of this game of football is mental.
Mhm.
You have to know your assignment, do your assignment, do it to the best of your ability, but then control it to where you don't hurt your team.
Hurt your team, yeah. That's the big piece. But we did see some promise in the fact
Oh,
that
yeah.
the captains were on it. When they saw
Yeah.
something from some of their teammates, they went over and tried to rectify it. So it gives you hope that the team, some of the team understands that we've got to clean these things
Right.
up.
Well, and I hope that this ball club can get it together again because, I mean, we've got some unbelievable ability to go deep in the playoffs with this group. We just have to make some better decisions when it comes to celebrations in the end zone after touchdowns because evidently nothing is acceptable now. But we also have to tone back the trash talking.
Yeah. Don't give the refs a reason.
Yeah, a lot of people call it trash talking. I call it jaw jacking. A lot of people go, "Why do you call it jaw jacking?" I said, "Well, I think I learned it from a coach somewhere."
I wonder who.
Well, I don't know if it was your dad or if it was Bill Bland, but it was one of the two. They would always say, "You're gonna quit bumping your gums, just play."
Yeah.
That's the part that concerns me with this team because right now we have a huge propensity to commit a lot of penalties. And when you kick off from your own 25 after a touchdown because you want to, jaw jacket somebody or you want to take a late hit at somebody, that doesn't bode well for long runs in the playoffs. Those teams that make those runs in the playoffs, they don't turn the ball over, they don't make mental mistakes, and they do not commit a lot of penalties that are unnecessary.
Right.
Holds are going to happen, face masks are going to happen, blocks in the back are going to happen. But the unsportsmanlike, that is mostly mental, where you just react back to somebody else. Now, I'm not saying that you can't play aggressive. You can. You just have to be smarter when somebody goes back at you to, number one, walk away or keep your mouth closed and let them be the one that gets in trouble.
100%.
But, it is what it is, Grant, and we'll see what happens. Woodford County 3-0 now. Appreciate you stopping by tonight, brother.
Enjoyed it.
This was a surprise. I was actually ready to do the game by myself. Glad he came in when he did because my voice would be shot tonight. But
well, no, it was an honor, and I do appreciate it, and it's fun to get to come back home and sit up here in the press box and dissect the game with.
And
you,
he
Coach.
acts like he's so far away. He was when he was in Bowling Green.
It feels like it's so far away.
That's because you're getting older, dude.
That too. That too.
I can tease you about it because he's a lot younger than me, but I feel really old when I see this guy because he has done well for himself. He has become a great young man and consider him as a good friend, although I did chew him out quite a bit on the basketball court when he played for me under Matt Cowher.
Not you.
Yeah, but I learned that from your dad too. But nonetheless, I appreciate you tonight and joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Grant Stepp on color with us tonight. 42-14. Woodford County wins it over Great Crossing tonight to move to 3-0. Great Crossing drops to 0-3 on the season. I'm going to give you some updates on some scores maybe we have real quickly. And Kelly, if you want to take off, hon, you can. You don't have to stay. I'll tear down by myself. See you, Grant. Thank you, buddy. Oh. Ask me what time I need to be there. Grant Stepp joining us on Color Night. I really do appreciate Grant stopping in and doing it. He really saved my voice a lot of strain and difficulty tonight. So Grant Stepp tonight. Appreciate Grant joining us. Woodford County, again, at home next Friday night, 7:30 kickoff. Or if you want to do Alvis Johnson time, 7:31 will be the kickoff time. Woodford County and the Cougars of Mumford High School out of Tennessee. They'll be in here to really give us a formidable task again. We have been challenged every week with different styles of offense, different styles of people. So we will be there. Looking up some scores here tonight, it was Corbin in a dogfight in Lexington, knocked off Bryan Station, only 7-0. Thought there'd be a lot of points scored in that one, not many. Cooper over Ryle, 20-10. It was Covington Catholic, 62. Simon Kenton, 15. It was Danville. They moved to 3-0 under Coach Steve Stonebreaker with a 41-13 victory over Anderson County and Lawrenceburg tonight. It was Highlands over Campbell County, 55-13. Lexington Catholic knocks off Boyle County tonight, 17-7, which is a shocker. The Battle of Madison County was Madison Central 32, Madison Southern 7. It was St. X over Mayo 38-7. Still waiting on scores from South Oldham and North Oldham. Also waiting on scores from the Scott County Bowling Green game. And waiting on scores from North and South Oldham, as I mentioned. But the surprise of the night probably goes to Lexington Catholic knocking off Boyle County tonight, 17-7. It was Fairdale over Eastern, 6-0. Fern Creek knocked off Moore tonight, 49-8. So Kelly's alma mater victorious tonight, the Tigers. Kentucky Country Day over Spencer County tonight, 29-21. And it was Cincinnati Moeller over Trinity out of Louisville. That game took place in Moeller tonight, 24-21. Moeller over Trinity. So those are some of the scores that might be of interest to people tonight. So again, the final score here from Versailles was Woodford County 42 and Great Crossing 14. Want to thank our fine sponsors along the network. Woodford County Public Schools, where kids win. UK Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Get back in the game quickly, just like the Wildcats. Jack Kane Ford, where service isn't just lip service, it's practiced every day. Carroll Floor Covering, all your flooring needs under one roof. Lexington Clinic, Woodford Family Physicians, hometown care for every member of your family. Ricardo's Restaurant, great food, great service, and reasonable every time. Falling Springs, Rec Center, fun, fitness, and family all under one roof. Family Wealth Group, wealth management designed to last. Also by Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good. Dough Daddies, your friendly neighborhood donut shop. Collision Masters of Lexington, making your day better is our family's business. Kentucky Gym, come get fit with an old school vibe. Little Mozart Piano Academy, where dreams take flight. Also by the Wash House, where taking laundry to the next level, but I'm going to give you the new one. Come let us do the dirty work. That's the one they want me to use. I'll use it. So come let the Wash House do the dirty work. All fine sponsors along the network with us here in 2025. Again, one final time, the final score, Woodford County 42 and Great Crossing 14.